My name is Deryk, creator of Street Champs. We are the #1 Colorado hip-hop podcasting network.
Finish it up, Sean.
So what's interesting about today, so I am recording, by the way. What's interesting about today is I did not prep any questions. I have been in a studio session all day, but I also didn't prep because I think that you are a little bit more dynamic than most guests. You kind of know your way on a camera. So, I want to give you a platform. Introduce yourself to people who have never heard of you, don't know anything about what you do.
So we're going for real?
Yep.
Alright. Alright, can you repeat? So just introduce myself. All right.
Just intro, yeah.
Right.
All you.
Which camera? What's the main camera?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll look at you.
Me, yo.
Alright. My name is Deryk. I am the creator of Street Champs. I like to say that we are the #1 Colorado hip-hop podcasting network. We have a bunch of shows under the Street Champs name. And yeah, I'm excited to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming, bro.
It's going to be dope.
Means a lot to me.
Yeah.
I think that the #1 thing I can imagine the #1 thing that you faced is your visibility creates this allure in people that they think that they need to be next to you, or your channel is going to help create whatever they want. And I've been around enough people who are either famous or rich and the rest of them aren't, that I know that that's not how it works. Why does this work so well for you and your team?
I think for that, you kind of got to go to like the beginning.
Okay.
If you're making any videos or any music or whatever, really any media type thing, to strictly make money, like you're fucked off rip, because you're gonna look at people sideways. You're gonna ruin good friendships, which everyone goes through that. I've definitely lost a lot of friends doing it, but I think what works so well with us is that we're all friends at the end of the day, just hanging out, and I could easily call anybody on the show and be like, I want to go have fun with you. I want to go get a beer, get something to eat, but I also have something serious to tell you, and I'm not scared of what they'll do, because we spend genuine time with each other every week, hours and hours, and you just start to build a rapport, and what pushes people's buttons, and eventually, with me, yeah, I know. I don't know. I guess I would be the leader.
Mm-hmm.
You start to learn where to draw the line. You just you always want to treat someone right, and treating someone right sometimes means conceding, and losing.
Mm-hmm.
Or not having the last word, or not being, as petty or as mean as they are.
And that's a leadership skill too. I think I can tell by how you said it, you didn't really plan to be the leader.
Mm-hmm.
It just sort of happened for you, and I understand that 100%. What are some other pitfalls that you've fallen into besides building a team on the media game that might have been a struggle in the beginning?
Some pitfalls for sure was alcohol.
Oh,
Fucking I still drink per se,
Right.
but I don't drink like I was drinking.
got it.
I was getting drunk or blackout 4 times a week.
Yeah.
And again, it was because it's a social thing, and at first, I don't know how old you are. I'm 28.
28.
So I'm right on. So at first I grew up I thought I was gonna have a regular job, but now I really enjoy media. But I thought I was gonna do the 9 to 5, be a graphic designer for I don't know, whatever company. So I was enjoying beers, like any other, college kid in my 20s. And then at some point, when your life, I'm trying to go to concerts every weekend. I'm trying to meet famous people. I'm trying to, make friends and connections. And that sometimes, happens late at night,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
everyone's drinking.
Lifestyle.
And then it's at some point, you become the instigator for the party,
Totally.
when in reality, Street Champs is meant to have fun. I don't want it to be, we're just coming here to get fucking drunk and make fools of ourselves on camera.
Yeah.
So alcohol was for sure something I'm still learning,
Yeah.
how to have a healthy relationship with it. But I definitely have cut out drinking a lot.
And that's not just the media pitfall, right? Like, that's a pitfall for all people. Men, women, black, white, brown, no matter who you are, what you are. Alcohol is one of the scariest containers for disaster. It's not necessarily the alcohol is the problem, but the way we let ourselves slip or let things happen around us or act towards people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. The acting towards people, like I would catch myself like regretting saying shit to people. You know, if like I'm not like an argumentative person, but at some point in my life, like I felt like, sadly, like I fucking, like I felt like smarter than some people. You know, and they shouldn't feel like that.
Yes.
You know, you don't want to treat your friends like you're smarter than them because that's not a good relationship.
Yeah.
So like with alcohol, it just kind of makes you just say stupid shit you don't even mean. You know, and that was a problem. Waking up and being like, damn, I should have said that to my friend.
Well, it's good for you to wake up and realize it. You know, a lot of people realize that in their 60s when their friends are already dead and gone or have cut them off for 40 years and whatever. So that's what's up, man.
Yeah, and I didn't want to be that person. You know, that's like, oh, I can't even have a drink around this person without them not knowing when to stop or being a dick.
Yeah.
You know, that's a shitty person to be around.
And you know, not to get too personal with anything here, but you take it home too, right? Or like into your relationship with your woman, or not just friends, right? But I have a kid. You know, I got my kid's almost 11. And
oh wow.
Alcohol's never been my vice, but when she was born, honestly, I was into like party drugs, and specifically it was like LSD. So like my life was like getting deeper and deeper because I was high all the time, and because I was a new parent.
Oh wow.
And you have to kind of choose a struggle at that point. You know what I mean?
Doing LSD a bunch, man. That's gonna freaking rock you.
17, had a baby, and was just fucked up the whole time.
How many times a week were you doing LSD?
Up to 3. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I was still going to school and shit too. So like, and it was the same thing like you said. Like you just think you're smarter than everyone at some degree, and you're really just
you're not
an idiot.
Yeah. Like it's. I think everyone has to have that, like, I don't want to call it like an ego death, but you just grow up and you just learn, like, yeah, you might be smarter than me at something, but like they're smarter at you than something. And you just gotta treat everyone, you know, just have a good time in life, man.
Everyone plays their role well when you're comfortable in yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you also mentioned that you were preparing to just go work for the rest of your life, essentially.
Exactly. Like nobody fucking. I think it's very few people that strive for stardom or strive for wanting a surplus in life. You know, most people are happy, you know, putting a monthly 401k, having 2 kids, you know, and like going on vacation once a year. And that's perfectly fine for, you know, 80% of the, 90% of the population here in America. But and I thought that was gonna be my life, and I was completely fine with that. I still am, realistically. Like I don't, you know, I could lose everything and just like work at McDonald's.
Have to turn around and go back.
Yeah, like, there's nothing wrong with that, for sure.
And there's not anything wrong with that, right? But what I will say is, the same thing you need to be super successful at McDonald's, you need almost 100 more of in this game, because there's no boss who's going to train you. There's no one who's going to hold you accountable, really, except for your friends. And like you said, when you're the leader, it's up to you, right? So it's those little pieces of like work ethic and character that also define your future, right? How has that? What have you learned about yourself since starting this media game?
A bunch of stuff, man. You know, I would say definitely communication skills. You know, obviously public speaking. I ran for mayor like 2 years ago, and I used the Street Champs platform a lot.
In Denver?
No, in Pueblo.
Oh, in Pueblo.
Pueblo, Colorado.
Whoa, that's crazy.
So I used the platform a lot.
I got a mayor candidate coming to do my interviews.
It's true,
that's
bro.
Crazy.
I lost. I got 600 votes, but
bro,
it's decent.
600 in Pueblo is probably like a third of the people.
It's not, but I appreciate that.
No, that's crazy, bro.
I think it translated to like maybe like 6% or lower.
Okay, so you're in that degree, you know what it takes to campaign, though.
Yeah.
And okay, so how did that even start? What even got you into being like, let me go the political route?
So, all right. So I would say I still am kind of like, how do we get as many eyes on us as possible? You know.
Yeah.
I'm I'm not saying like I do. I'm not saying I do stupid shit like going into people's faces and like Walmart and do stupid pranks like that. Because I respect the content, but that's not me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna make like a fool of myself on purpose. Hopefully.
Agreed.
But I just had aspirations just to I don't know, just change Pueblo realistically. There's no really reason I ran for it, bro. I just wanted to do something different and just turn some heads.
That's huge. No, that's huge. Yeah, I guess I just wasn't prepared for that to be even part of your responses. So, okay, so I've seen bits and pieces of how you've intercepted the hip hop culture. And when I say intercept, I don't mean like you mixed yourself in. Like, I think that you're coming in to say, here in Colorado, think this music scene, whether it's rap or not, right? This music scene needs reform, and you're gonna be a part of that. But it's not even like I think that everyone who says that tends to pass out participation ribbons. You know what I mean? So, what is it that keeps your standard up, or like this quality for you to be like a tastemaker to actually work with people who are making real moves?
I think that's the part right there at the end. Like anyone could do anything for a week and a half, but if you're consistently doing it for months and months and eventually years, even if it's not good, or if it's not viewed, it doesn't matter how many views you have, but like consistency when no one's looking, that's gonna attract me and other people, that do stuff like Street Champs does. Because then I could tell that you're not wasting time and you're not lazy. Those are like the two biggest deterrents when I'm working with people. I don't want to work with lazy motherfuckers who just want to give it to them. Because I like I said in the beginning, we're all friends in the end, and everyone that's on the team is my friend. Hopefully they can say that about me. But I try to teach everybody, this is how you can do a YouTube. This is the SEO tricks that I know, and this is X, Y, and Z. And there's people that have really taken to it, and now they make their own money on YouTube. And it's easier to work with them than the people where I got to make you a thumbnail every week, or like I got to edit your video. I'll do that for everybody the first few times, but eventually,
there's a fly away, little bird.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Once someone teaches you something, you got to do it for yourself if you want to. But
and if they want it, they will. And you can only lead the horse to the lake so many times until you're like, bro, we're here. I've brought you here. You know your way here. You know how to do it. If I could explain it more, I would. But at this point, we're wasting time on both our ends, right?
Exactly.
So I'm gonna pivot real quick, and it's gonna be a sharp left, but I gotta know because it's searing in my brain.
Hit me.
I went to the Denver Spotlight Awards for my first time this year.
That's what's up. Shout out them.
Yeah, shout out to Denver Spotlight. They are helping shine a great light on a lot of acts that need it. Somewhere else that people go for a lot of shine is a blog in Colorado called Mile High Minute, run by Brenton Saylor.
Shout out Brenton.
Shout out to Brenton, because he's a hardworking man, right?
Great man, great American.
Great American. We fuck with Brenton. At the award show this year, I literally walked in and I sat down and said, y'all better not source awards this shit. And I wasn't talking about you. I just meant like, don't stab niggas, right? Yeah. But realistically, you source awards that harder than anybody. You went up there and you said, if you don't want them dancing all in the video, making you pay for content and promo, come see your boy over at Street Champs. Tell us more about that. In as many words as you would like to give publicly.
I mean, I'll give the whole thing. There's really no reason to hide it. I said it on. It's the truth, realistically. If I'm not saying Street Champs has, a billion, gajillion views every week, and I know we don't. But the podcast I like, I suppose as a no jumper or I would like Flagrant 2 or Breakfast Club or something like that. It's more of a radio show, I suppose. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get up there with bullshit. You're either going to have the personality, the music, the story. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to hate on anybody that does it. If you take money make money however you want.
But there's a quality missing when it's just pay for play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think it's very noticeable, and it's unfair because, I mean, life's not fair. I'm not gonna sound like I'm bitching for people on people's behalf, but I shouldn't go farther than you right off the bat just because I have more money than you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't. In life, I don't like that aspect really in any aspect in life, and the YouTube game. It's a fickle game.
Mm-hmm.
People with money do win, and I'm always gonna be fighting for the little guy and fucking helping people grow.
And it creates a threshold because it's like, if you have what we're looking for, then I will have already probably reached out to work with you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have what we're looking for, it's nobody takes it this way in the rap game, but you really should take it as like encouragement to go sharpen this up or get this right so that we can package you properly to the people.
Exactly.
Because if without that, I can't save you.
Mm-hmm.
This is just you paying for attention.
Exactly.
And you are 100% right.
And my heart's not in it. As someone who's interviewing you, like if you give me $400, or maybe we'll go less. I don't know how much people charge X amount of dollars to interview you. Like I'm just gonna be waiting the 60 minutes and then you're out of here, and I'm gonna go fucking go to the mall.
Yeah.
So it's
and struggling to create a story for you in the interview, right? I think that people forget that there's a dynamic to what you and I do. It's not just lights, camera, action, and whatever you guys say, we're gonna clip it, right? We find the processes and there's a psychology behind it too. What has been one of your more interesting stories that you've had on your podcast?
Definitely. I started Street Champs first off during COVID to like hang out with my bros and like have some beers.
Mm-hmm.
Like I fucking said, like that's where the fucking alcohol shit started. But we all just hung out every Friday and just bullshitted and talked about music. But eventually, I was really inspired by Soft White Underbelly.
Yep.
Amazing channel. Mark is killing it with that channel.
Yeah.
And I in my heart, I am a fucking philanthropist. I like to help people. I liked, and especially people who are homeless and kids. Like I have, because I was homeless. So I wasn't like on the street fucking starving.
For sure.
But I was, sleeping in a friend's garage in the dead of winter with really nowhere to go. Fucking not in my city at all. So it was, and it sucks and it's scary to experience that. So I was hoping to interview the homeless around Pueblo and people around that city, but what I soon realized was homeless people
don't always want help.
Some of them are erratic, and they'll just hit you in the head with a pipe for no fucking reason. Not that I got hit in the head with a pipe, but one of the people I was hanging around told me that some lady just got stabbed giving people food. They just stabbed her for no reason. So I was like, yeah, maybe I stopped doing this.
Yeah.
Because when you interview a homeless person, like you're on the street most of the time, and homeless people are interested in they start to surround you, and when you got like 7 homeless people like around your back, it's kind of frightening when you're by yourself. If I'm being honest.
No, it absolutely is.
So one of the crazier people though was this woman. Her story was that she was molested and assaulted so many times as a kid by her own dad and mom, and they were doing it to the whole family, that she eventually had to move out because her whole family was just having incest children with each other. And she didn't want to be a part of it, and now she's just homeless in Pueblo West, Colorado.
Yeah.
And I don't know. She's still there. I'm not able to like give her, a home and shit. I'm not making that much money to change her life, but I help her out when I can. And yeah, definitely the incest thing was the craziest.
Yeah, that is deep. And interestingly enough, that is something that I can heavily relate to also. And as a young person, I was doing the same thing, couch surfing and struggling and trying to figure it out. Slept in my car a couple times. But it's my mom, really, she was like literally in a tent on the street for like 8 years on like Santa Fe and Evans, right? So for the amount of people who talk about like solutions and change and all of that, but versus the amount of people who've actually spent time on like sitting on the street next to them, is so different. And the way that you describe it, you know that you were really there with these people existing, understanding them, targeting them as humans. And there's so many like activists or get involved people, right, that they go in and they're just like, I want to change the world, but it's like, bro, you've never even been hungry for more than 6 hours. You know what I mean? So how could you possibly go and walk in these people's shoes? So it's interesting, and I say all that to say, I've always wondered why you have a little more humility than other people in your position, and now I'm understanding it 110%. Say no more.
For sure. I
If
mean,
that makes sense.
I was to that, bro. Like, I think I was like, I don't want to say bullied as a kid. You know, everyone was bullied, but like that shit stuck with me.
Yes.
You know, so I know how it feels to be treated wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, like picked on for shit you can't help,
Mm-hmm.
or like you're just like weird and awkward. You know, so that for sure, I gravitate towards the weird people now because they have a little bit more going on.
Yeah.
Upstairs most of the time. Sometimes they're just really weird.
Yeah.
You know, but
or both, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that's for sure a part of it too. Just being picked on and shit as a kid for sure. I think as a lot of people were.
Good for you though. You know, not like that's good that it happened, but good for you to take it, turn it into something, make it your strength. You know.
Oh yeah.
Like they say, that's how superheroes are created.
I'll take it, man.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Where were you born at?
Pueblo, Colorado.
In Pueblo.
Yeah.
Yeah, hometown.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
And you're 28 now, so you've seen a lot of changes in Colorado in general.
I lived in Durango, Colorado for 5 years.
Ooh. Also, another subsection that gets very little love. And
there's nothing going on there.
Nice.
Unless you're mountain biking or snowboarding, you're not doing nothing there.
Okay, so in those, here's a specific problem that I can think of that I've faced in Pueblo and other small towns in Colorado. It generally feels, and not that this is bad to be on one side or the other, but it feels pretty Republican in the smaller towns in Colorado. And with Republican sometimes comes the other R word, which is a little bit of racism, which is not every Republican and not every Democrat is an angel, and I'm not on either side of it, obviously. But do you feel that since you've come to Denver and been more involved in Denver, it's a little bit more like progressive, or would you say that it's the same kind of everywhere?
I honestly haven't tapped in with the politics that much here in Denver. I would like to. Definitely want to, eventually run for political office here in Denver. But I, as a person who does media and stuff, I think the majority of people are more, left leaning. The people I hang around with, at least. But yeah, I'm not really left or right. I'm more of a centerist for sure. I think there's good and bad on both sides.
I kind of agree with that. A ton of good and bad on both sides. The digger you dig, the deeper you dig, it's scarier. No matter what, right?
Epstein going crazy right now. Going platinum in the streets.
And Hillary Clinton is standing tall on all of it. She said, "Fuck that shit. Ask me when you got some good shit."
Exactly. Bill Clinton just enjoying the memory lane. You don't know if you saw the videos.
Fuckers, bro, they're all scary. But I respect those two right now because it's like for me, I told you off camera, like I'm related to real gangsters, and in those moments when you see the white people do gangster shit, not that white is the issue, but when you see government officials doing kind of gangster shit, you gotta give them the little bit of respect they deserve for it,
At this point, I would just blame it on being senile for Bill Clinton. It seems like he's just kind of out of it.
Hell yeah, and good for him. Presumptively, they're all fucking terrible people, rapists. I'm not fucking condoning that, but to a degree, you can tell in his face he's got less to hide than most people. He's kind of just laughing it off, whereas other people are panicking.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the names that they gave us aren't the names of. They're the names that we know. There's real change makers in the world.
Yeah.
Who are there's trillionaires out there. There's heavy players out there. So I don't. Those are the celebrities that we're aware of.
That's so true. I had the pleasure and I guess just random experience of working for Kimball Musk, who is Elon's brother. I helped open one of his restaurants here in Colorado.
Oh yeah.
And he pulled up. He worked. I don't know shit about him, but it's just interesting when you see his name pop up in the Epstein files. You're like, damn, these niggas got shit on me at this point. I might be
Are you in the files, bro?
Epstein files.
Oh
what?
no.
Gotta be careful.
Oh no. Gauges in the files.
And you know what? That is a perfect takeaway, because even if I was I would just hope I was being a good person the whole time, And if I'm not being a good person, I'm so grateful it wasn't on camera.
You're the Michael Jackson of the Epstein
Could
files.
be,
They said
bro.
Michael Jackson was saving kids. I don't believe it, but that's what a portion of the population is saying.
What a theory, man. So, okay, well, you've probably seen enough artists in your time to be like, they're really talented, but it went wrong somewhere, like Michael Jackson, right? Who is, or not who, but if in that position, what is something that you can do, you think, as a media personality to help give someone a leg back up? Like, do you think that you can change the trajectory of someone's career?
Me personally, not really, unless I like consistently show you how to grow your own YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where the most power lies. You always want to have something to fall back on your own accord.
Mm-hmm.
That's why every rapper is a streamer now.
Yep.
Look
at your boy.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we have no choice.
Yeah, media is the future.
Mm-hmm.
People just want, I don't want to call it brain rot, but people just want to put on something and just either learn or just relax or something like that. Music is kind of waning, even though it's still extremely popular. But I would say. Wait, remind me of the question again. Sorry.
Is there a way that you can change someone's trajectory of their career, good or bad?
I would personally say, advice-wise, yes. Like you were saying earlier, you could lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You kind of already have to want it pretty hard.
Yep.
Be putting your own dollars into it.
Agreed.
But yeah, I think I could definitely assist in people making their own content or changing their life, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
And something you said a second ago is music is waning. Content is the future, and I totally agree with that. Would you go so? Okay, here's a point I heard the other day.
Hit me.
The desire for music isn't what's waning. We still need to listen to music, but it's like the sensationalization behind rap and shit. It's just like, who fucking cares, bro? Just write something that matters to me or makes me feel good or I want to hear in the club. It's almost like we're getting back to the art a little bit. Would you say that you're noticing things like that? Like, is there anyone that makes you feel like rap is still worth listening to, even if it's not worth posting about?
I mean, what I've personally been doing is getting more into the international music.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty much the way it's going. Every single major artist is going, either like K-pop or like the AI route, even, with like a more digital sound.
Mm-hmm. Or like the African dance hall.
Yeah, exactly. The African dance hall for sure. So I would say that's more exciting on my personal playlist.
Mm-hmm.
But there's tons of rappers that I'm excited to hear when they drop. I think,
as a fan. Right?
Yeah,
that's cool. Who are you a fan of? I guess for the sake of knowledge.
We're talking dead or alive.
Both.
Dead or okay.
Yeah.
I would say my top rappers on my playlist for sure. Draco the Ruler, off the top.
The Truth.
For sure. After him, obviously Drake. I love some good Drake.
Mm-hmm. I got Drake tatted on my chest.
For real?
Not him, but his lyrics.
Okay. I was like, damn.
Not that into Drake.
Yeah.
I do love some Drake too. Yeah, for sure.
And then, man, I listen to so much fucking music. I would say number 3. I'm really enjoying Baby Chief Do It for sure.
Yeah, he's like a very interesting new sound with some old vibe to it,
Who else am I been jamming lately? I mean, if I'm being honest, there's like this group, bro, fucking Blackpink. Fire.
Oh yeah.
Gotta check out some Blackpink.
K-pop
Yeah.
type shit. Yeah, I'm Blackpink.
They're bangers, bro. They work a lot with American producers like Diplo and stuff like that. They're fire.
That's how you do it. I have the pleasure of having an 11-year-old daughter who keeps me up on all the K-pop.
See?
But Blackpink was like even before she was even into that. So I'm gonna have to go put her on. Like, hey,
they're legit rappers, bro. They be spitting.
They're hard. Mm-hmm. They're very hard. They had like a run of their own because it wasn't like that cool at the time. Like, it was cool. You were seeing the subculture of K-pop pop, which I'm sure it had its own thing like 20 years ago. But here in America, you start to notice when TikTok notices.
That's very popular now for sure.
Yeah. Okay, and that's something else I've noticed. TikTok notices after another culture notices. Specifically, a lot of times, Black culture might make like a word interesting. Like bitches
Lit.
be like lit. You know what I'm saying? We in New York, bitch. We lit.
Yeah.
And they've been saying that. Skirt, right? Why do you think that that's so? Like, why is the internet so late, or why is the hood so early? You know what I mean? And it's not just the hood. Like,
why is the hood so early?
like it can be over in Korea hood too. You know what I mean? I don't know, but it just feels like America we catch on to some shit, we put it on the internet, and it spreads like wildfire.
You know, I mean, obviously for the last I don't know how many decades, maybe like 5, 6 decades, America's biggest export has always been culture and and celebrities.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe now it's because I don't know the answer to that.
I'm sure the same thing happens over in Korea. Actually, now that you're saying it, if we're exporting culture at a high rate,
which is going down and down too, though. That's why we're
true. And you're right, true. But I'm sure that, like, there has to be people in Japan who are just like, write good show, chap. Still, because it's funny, and they heard it from an American person 100 years ago or something.
Wait, is that your British accent?
That was perfect, right?
Okay, I got it like a few seconds ago.
It was my new American. Like, they're trying to get rid of the British accent. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not doing any vocal roles.
So you're saying the Japanese are still under old American stereotypes, or what are you saying?
No, I'm saying like they gotta have like a joke or two though in the street. The way we have shitty Japanese jokes,
okay.
or the way that you'll go to a white neighborhood and they'll still be saying shit that the hood used to say 5 years ago.
Word.
I'm sure that Japan's got something that they're clowning on us a little bit. And we're like, oh, y'all relate to that. Y'all still say that, and it's like they probably say it like a joke the way we say like turned up at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we were turned up in the hood 15 years ago.
I haven't said turned up in forever.
Yeah, because it's gone at this point, right? But if for a while that was the new, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So what if another like a Swedish kid is like, bro, we're just fucking with tent. I'm like,
with tent?
Like, who knows? I don't know how they talk. So that's what I'm wondering. It's like, culturally, are we late, or is everyone just doing that to each other? Maybe.
Man, I don't know. First off, the way we consume media, it's so pocketed now. Like, my timeline doesn't necessarily look like your timeline, especially if we're in different cities.
True.
So I don't know. I think everyone just kind of, each subculture gets it at a different time, and it kind of just goes through it, and then eventually the older people get it, and then
bro, our phones
then it's gone.
These are all like their own parallel universes.
Exactly.
In a weird way. Ew. Scary thing about.
I need my phone to live, bro. I couldn't survive without technology.
People got bored of Black Mirror and of Rick and Morty, but it gets realer every day.
That's facts.
That's why they're bored of it. It's because it's like, oh, well, it's probably true.
I like Black Mirror, except for that. I watched that gay episode where he was like going to the fighting realm and he was hooking up with his homie.
Too much.
That shit was hilarious.
like even my gay homies are like, bro, what the fuck is going on here?
I heard there's a new gay hockey show. It's pretty popular.
So I did hear about that. And okay, have you watched it?
I mean, on record.
No.
Not yet.
So I have some young homies who was here the other night, and they had their girlfriend, and one of them had their girlfriend, and they were just joking with each other. But one is like a big black dude, and in general, you don't joke with straight guys about gay shit. We definitely don't joke with black straight people about gay shit.
You don't,
right?
The best ones to joke with.
They're the best, right? But to me, it's like you gotta be careful. It's some days they're not trying to feel that gay shit. And that day you could tell he wasn't feeling it. So they're telling him like, hey, bro, you should go watch Heated Rivalry.
Oh, that's what it's called. See, you know the name.
Oh yeah. See, I'm well versed.
True fan.
I haven't watched it. I'm not gonna lie. But I would debate it for the sake of film.
Yeah.
I love HBO.
It's like
I love
research.
New shows. Research, right?
My journey.
But I'm like, bro, if this gets to be like Euphoria or not, what is that shit?
Euphoria was.
I didn't watch Euphoria.
You didn't watch Euphoria?
But we all know that Sydney Sweeney showed her titties and shit. If I gotta see dick to watch a good show, I'm not watching the show. But I did watch Oz with a bunch of dicks in it.
I didn't watch Oz, sadly.
But Oz wasn't no gay. Well, there was a couple gay shits, but it wasn't like purposefully gay.
Yeah, gay TV's like the best TV, bro.
That's what the ratings say.
Dare I say fabulous?
So what I told them, I was like, I think that the gay people deserve their spotlight, but I don't need it on my time. Like, I'm not interested.
Whoa, you're getting canceled.
No, I might be getting canceled, but here's the thing, is like, if anybody gay was like watching it, I would ask them how it is. Because I want to know from a film standpoint.
Drop it in the comments, y'all.
Yeah, so please let us know if Heated Rivalry is actually a good film. But if it's a trash film, I'm not going through.
I think it's a show.
A show, okay.
Yeah, it's a show.
But
she knows.
So, okay, did you watch it? Or you're just...
I've watched like a couple episodes. My best friend's like really into it.
Is it well produced?
Yes. Like I thought going into it was gonna be really corny, but like it's very
Are the
like...
hogs thick?
I didn't get that far.
Oh, wow.
We're on the early episodes, but it's very like kind of cinematic. Like they really play into like the storyline, and then both being on opposite hockey teams.
So at that point,
sexual tension.
I might be interested. Did either of you watch Nosferatu?
No.
The newer one?
No.
So they say that there's a dick in that, but I wasn't paying enough attention.
You can see. You gotta go back.
I'm not going back.
You gotta go back.
I'm not going back. But when I'm watching it, I'm like, okay. You're gonna see a dick. It's gonna be, just get through it, right? I didn't even see it.
Is that bad? You gotta like prepare yourself to see a dick.
The way that they talked about it, it was that bad. Like
wow.
because girls in their smut, they're like, oh my god, did y'all see it? And I'm like, I want to see this. I like Dracula.
It was like a monstrous.
I don't know. I never saw it.
I would.
I must have got the rated version, not the I don't know. I didn't see the dick. So
Nosferatu, I imagine him looking like a Frankenstein.
It was fucked up.
So I wouldn't want to see what he got going on down there.
It was ugly.
Multiple pieces.
And he was smashing a bad bitch too, like gothic, like who was playing her?
Google it. Pull it up.
Yeah, I usually have my laptop open. I'm sorry.
kidding.
No, this is actually I'm interested. Cause
this is why we're here. This is hard-hitting journalism, Gage.
The guy who plays him plays Pennywise. I do know that.
And he's got a fire.
And they want to see his dick.
Yeah, we want to
see girls.
We all want to see Pennywise's dick. That's like been since the beginning.
It's Johnny Depp's
the 70s.
daughter.
Pennywise?
No, the bitch he's smashing. The girl he's smashing is Lily Rose Depp.
Is she of age?
Yes.
Smashing on camera?
Okay. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Right now she's
good for her.
Yeah, exactly. Right now she's 26.
That's what's up.
So as of the movie, she was at least 23.
Is she a baddie?
She's not looked good on the red carpet, but in the movie, fire.
She got major forehead.
She do her dad's Johnny Depp. She's been through a lot. She has to think about a lot of shit.
That's true. She got a lot on her mind.
Speaking of celebrities,
hit me.
They all want to know.
Hit me.
What was the biggest takeaway for you from the Diddy case? And be as honest as you need.
They all want to know this.
Well, yeah, everybody has a different opinion. How you feel about Diddy is like almost like your tarot cards or something.
Exactly.
Right?
It's like Democrat, Republican.
Yep. Oh God.
Obviously, I was pretty like up to date with the Diddy shit because we talked about it every week.
Mm-hmm.
So the major crimes that he was accused of, he didn't get charged for.
Mm-hmm.
He got charged, I believe, officially for 2 counts of transportation of prostitutes. I believe was the charges.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, it got him 5 years with time served.
Yeah, like 4.5.
Yeah. So, if we were really going after him, he should have got a lot more time for that video of him beating the shit out of Cassie like that. Like my homies, I guess they're not my homies anymore, but I've had people in my life who have not even hit their girl to that extent and have, and have had worse times with the law.
And you know what I think I'm finding out is maybe the reason that didn't cut. Like, I agree. The domestic violence wise, you were beating the shit out of that girl, and you deserve everything coming to you. What people have forgotten about is that she already settled for the domestic violence of upwards of 10 to 20 million. Or
well, yeah. After she got announced, she did settle.
Yeah,
but
and I think that she could have kept fighting, and he could have had more time.
But in Colorado, domestic violence is it's
retriable.
It's taken upon the states accord.
Oh,
so
it's not on the girl.
Exactly. So it doesn't matter if you don't want to press charges against me. The state's pressing charges against me on your behalf.
That's huge.
So I don't know. That's probably California.
Yeah. So watch out, you Denver abuser ass niggas.
Exactly.
Yeah, the state gonna hit your ass in the face with it.
I mean, I'm not gonna that's probably better because if it's a true domestic violence case, you're probably scared of the person. If you're a woman,
of course.
I don't know. I've never been a man in domestic violence, but I could empathize with a woman who's too afraid to leave.
Or the lesser of the two people, regardless. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would assume you're too scared to press charges. So if the state does it, you could wipe wipe your hands clean and be like, it's not me, it's not
I
me.
didn't do it. Yeah.
But still be thankful that the state's doing it.
And you know, I think something, I can't speak on the whole hood's behalf, but something I was raised with in the hood is like, when it comes to women and children, bro, that's not snitching, bro. You know what I mean? If you're hurting kids and beating on women, no, everybody telling on your bitch ass. And if we're not telling on you, we're fucking you up.
I'm pro snitching. I'm pro snitching.
Hell, hey,
you know,
you're media.
If you shoot someone and kill someone next to me, I'm gonna be like, dang, bro, why did you do this? And if they question me, be like, bro, you did this. You shot this person. I don't want to go to jail for you.
I am like 90% pro snitching unless you signed up for whatever you were planning.
That's true.
Exactly. And in the hood, that's like, you know, I'm not of a gang, but being raised around gangs, you realize like we all signed up for this together based on our affiliation in the gang. And the second you didn't want to do this, you have to either say that and go through the trials and tribulations of getting your ass beat, or deal with whatever you're going to deal with later on. Because
thankfully, never been in a gang. Thank God. I grew up in like a farm area.
Lovely.
So.
And we were jealous of y'all niggas.
Exactly. I had a pig that I thought was my pet. And I ended up feeding it to the point to where it was ready to be eaten. Then we ate it. And I was like, fuck, that wasn't my pet.
Did your parents slaughter your pig, or did they take it to someone to kill?
No, it was my dad and my uncle for sure.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was like I had to help for sure.
Oh, you were involved.
Oh,
in the
fuck
mix.
yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I mean, eventually you have to eat the food.
And shout out to Big.
That was dinner for like the next like 4 nights.
See, and that is more gangster than anything. Like, you
killing
know,
pigs.
It's like in a weird way. Like niggas in the hood, we can't do that. Like,
I stepped on a chicken's head one time.
Like I might, like I'm not a gangster, but I might pull a strap on a nigga if I needed to. I could never ever kill a pig, bro. That is thug shit. Like you could, and I respect it on a human level. I don't respect, like, overall, I'm not trying to hurt animals, but like survivalist, it's gonna be you over me. Me with my little like thug ability, or whoever in the hood with their gangsterism and their 10 years in prison, you are going to win having farm skills.
I think it teaches you know, stability and like responsibility for sure. Like obviously we didn't rely on shit like that. We weren't that big of farmers, but you know, it's just another life that you're caring for. It's like a pet, or it's like a dog or a cat.
And a perspective to have too. Like even if it wasn't your lifestyle, now you know this is how life works. You know, and I like my kid. I think she's like going down the path of being vegan or vegetarian, which I totally respect because she's my kid. You know, I'm gonna help her out. But like, at that point you realize, like, although I eat meat, am I savage enough to continue eating meat if the world went to shit? I don't know. I might end up a vegetarian, bro, because I gotta go catch a bunny or something. Like,
you have to go catch a bunny.
Bruh.
I had pet bunnies too, and I ate them.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You are a vicious fucking.
Well, like I always thought they were my pets, but they never ended up being my pets. Realistically, it was just a facade my dad would tell me just to, I guess, feed them consistently.
Just to help you take care of them.
Exactly.
I mean, you got through it though. That's crazy. So is that more like? Is that common in Pueblo to have like farms? We don't have that many. Like,
no, I mean there's the city area and then there's like a farming area.
I've only been out there like 3 times.
I'm not like a country bumpkin.
Okay.
Or nothing, you know.
I mean, you've killed many animals and eaten them, so you are closer to a country bumpkin than me.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that is a strength that I envy though. You know what I mean? Like we all want somebody else's life. As a kid, I totally thought it'd be cool as shit to grow up on a farm.
So my family's from Mexico.
Okay.
So like I had this uncle, who actually just recently passed away. But he had like a major onion farm, like a major distribution of a onion farm.
Cool.
I'm talking like onion millionaire type shit.
Okay.
We never really saw that money in the States because, you know, I'm not gonna like ask my fucking Mexican uncle for any money. But I went to his farm multiple times, and that shit was like the real deal.
That's tight.
Multiple pens of like every single farm animal you could think of, and it's not necessarily the biggest pens. You know, these are farm animals for sure.
I only know one person right now. Like I know people who've lived in Mexico, but I only know one person who's currently living in Mexico, and he's kind of the idea like where he's at, you either work the farm or you go work at the resort. He's in like Puerto Vallarta, right? Would you say that that's true of where your family's at too? It's like farms are
No, for sure. I got cousins who are like Mexican doctors or just regular cousins who just do like graphic design in Mexico type stuff. So no, there's for sure options. Not I mean, obviously Mexico's a big country,
And it's a mindset thing too.
Yeah,
People
exactly.
say that regardless of wherever they live. They're like, there's no options here, bro. And you're like in the middle of the world. Like, good luck, bro.
for sure. I mean, nowadays with the cartel what's happening there, it's kind of scary. But
Yeah.
growing up, I enjoyed going to Mexico.
Cool.
It was something. You know, I had multiple cousins down there around my age, so it was like
Where are they?
a cool culture shock.
Like, where in Mexico?
Delicias.
Okay.
Mostly in Delicias, really.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Mexico, and shout out to all of my Latin and American. Actually, not even specifically of Mexico, but of Latin countries. They went and picked up bro from Venezuela. They went and they fucking bombed Iran. What's next, bro? Are these all the distractions? Is the Epstein the distraction? What could they be distracting us from at this point? It's almost like it's not even a distraction.
Yeah, I don't even think they're. I mean, at some point, I genuinely feel like they lost control. You know, at some point, the carriage might have gotten away in some aspects. But I don't know what the distraction for. You know, there's a lot of shit that they could be distracting us from, and if you really spent all your time and energy thinking about all of it, you're gonna go insane.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got 80 years on this planet, like.
If you're lucky.
And yeah, if my president has been molesting kids my entire life, like I don't know. I'm not the freedom fighter that's gonna go blow his head off for doing that shit. Even though I believe in it, like that's not right. But you know, I got one life like everybody else does.
And I like the idea that I'm gonna focus on the pedophiles in my vicinity, right? Because we all have somebody down the street who needs their ass beat for some crazy shit before, on top of the president, right? So it's like I'm not gonna sit around being fucking mad at my Uber driver or my chef or some random person just because they have an opinion about the president, when we all know there's people in this room, not in this room, but in the restaurant or wherever we're at, that definitely need to be dealt with in the same regard or worse.
I agree.
So, I asked my grandmother this recently in an interview. I interviewed my grandma for like 3 hours just to say I did it.
That's fire. Yeah, that's good footage to have.
Yeah, I asked her how it felt about how Donald Trump was perceived before he was president or political at all.
He was sick.
He was fucking sick.
Yeah,
dude.
he was dope.
He was just the man. He was just firing people left and right.
Exactly. He was a TV star. He was like still pretty funny.
Yep.
You know, he was a lovable guy.
Marketable.
Yeah.
It was just and
the Taco Bowls. Everybody knew the Taco Bowls story. Remember that?
No, what's that?
He's like, Trump Tower has the best Taco Bowls, and then he took the photo. That was Taco Bowl. You insert that here.
Taco Bowls were a big thing back in the day. Like, I can remember my childhood, they were a lot more popular than they are now.
Exactly. Taco Bell had Taco Bowls.
It was probably Trump's fault. He made it bigger. They all competed with him.
You know, I'll take it. I'll give him that one.
Colorado is somewhat known for, like, if you're here a lot, you know a little bit about the food here.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite, like, Colorado staple? It could be a restaurant, specific food, something you make at home.
I mean, gotta hit it with the slopper.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
The slopper.
Is that like green chili?
Yeah, with the cheeseburger with green chili over it.
See? Yeah. That's what I was hoping you
It's like drenched. You gotta have it like completely drenched like a bowl.
That's
you can't have no like pussy ass.
You
green
have to
chili.
eat with a fork and a knife.
Exactly. No, a spoon.
That's fire. Burger soup.
Yeah.
No, that's that. I was hoping you were gonna say that because if you ask almost anybody, it's the green chili. And then New Mexico, they be like, "Oh, you got green chili," but I don't think it's like ours. Like it's cool. But...
I don't taste the difference, honestly.
Okay, that's valid. That's fair. It's just kitchen to kitchen. You make it your way, we make it our way.
How much trauma does the mom have?
Bro, you gotta have a couple fat rolls, right?
Exactly.
No, you know who can cook though? Believe it or not, my wife, bro.
Your wife?
She is like.
Well, she's currently hiding. So
I know. She should have been.
She's
out
cooking
here,
right now.
Bro,
Yeah.
she's like our Martha Stewart, bro.
She's prepping.
Like you're not supposed to like tell a woman to like be in the kitchen because like that's very stereotypical. She wants to be in the kitchen. She's
Damn right she does.
She does. No, she really
Get
does.
back in there.
She's like, don't call me unless you need me to cook. She don't want to be helping with no camera shit.
Yeah.
She don't like. She does art too. She helps a lot with my art. But other than that, like passion wise, if she's not just chilling, she wants to be in the kitchen.
You got a good and
I'm super grateful.
Yeah,
Not that anybody else should conform to that. I think all ladies should do what they're passionate about. But luckily, one of her passions is food.
So,
what are your passions outside of politics and music? Do you have many?
my passions besides politics and music. You know, I would say I enjoy YouTube, man. I look at it like I'm passionate about I have multiple channels that don't even. I just started a new one actually, about background noises.
Okay.
And like falling asleep sounds and
Cool.
stuff. You know, I'm passionate about like I look at it like a video game, and it's a video game you just make money on. You know, so I there's not a day, there's not like an hour that goes by that I don't check my YouTube analytics.
Agreed.
And you know, it's I maybe call it like obsessiveness, but I call it a passion, man.
Yeah.
Like I love making videos, and even if nobody watched my videos, I would still try to make more videos that maybe people would watch. You know, I don't know the lane. You know, like we have 66,000 subscribers right now on Street Champs. Like, I don't know if that's the lane that is necessarily going to get, you know, the 100 million subscribers, but it's an avenue that started out like my passion to learn about how to make people want to know.
Cool.
You know, the internet's just like a big puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
You got to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. It's an endless universe.
Yeah, I like that.
So, you know, you're doing a background noise and ambient channel.
Yeah.
Are you also into the idea of like doing, what are they like,
ASMR?
Or even just like the AI voice over videos?
Yes.
Like talking head videos?
Totally.
I've been thinking about that more recently. Because I have a lot to say, but not everyone wants to hear it from me all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I want to get the info out.
Yeah, totally. I think, you know, it's healthy to have all these different avenues to create because I don't always want to be talking hip hop. You know, it's fun, you know, but it's boring
Agreed.
at the same time.
That's why the rappers' views are declining too. Even you can be a rapper and go do an interview, and you're still not going to get as many plays or views as a blogger who goes and does the same interview, who blogs about those rappers. It's crazy. Like Say Cheese is doing bigger numbers than half of these underground rappers right now.
I mean, Say Cheese is more of a. He has like artists under him now, right?
He does. Yeah, he said he signed like 5 people. I think he was talking about them too.
Yeah. I was watching his No Jumper interview.
Who are some individuals that you maybe model yourself after? It doesn't even have to be in the hip hop world.
Like the content space?
Content, or even like how you were approaching the
that's
behind the scenes of YouTube.
That's easy for sure. Fucking definitely Adam 22. I love what he's doing. I think he's, you know, he's easy to hate. Obviously, I can see what people don't fuck with him.
Yeah.
But like, I think he's super relatable. He's real as fuck. He doesn't sugarcoat shit. And he's consistently on his grind. He's the face on the camera, like sitting down, fucking, you know, 6-10 hours a day, doing the content. Because we could do an AI channel and be successful, but like to sit there and be the personality that people want to see, that's hard to grow that. So definitely Adam 22. I respect him.
And to maintain it and deal with all the shit that comes after you blow up.
I enjoy him. I enjoy his solo content. I fuck with Adam 22 pretty hard. Charlemagne the God. I think he's hilarious. I've been watching his content for like 10 years, maybe longer. Even before I did YouTube or anything. I enjoy just how passionate I guess. Even when he's wrong, he's like passionately wrong, and I fuck with that so hard.
Loud and wrong.
Exactly. Like it's, you know, it's at the end of the day, it's entertainment.
Yes.
So I want to be entertained. You know, I want to laugh. I want to cry. I want to be mad. So definitely Charlemagne the God. I watched both of his podcasts, and you know, getting on the opposite coin of that, Andrew Schultz, with his Flagrant 2 and Brilliant Idiots with Charlemagne the God and Aziz. Oh, not Aziz. That's so fucked up. I just call him Aziz. Akash. Damn, that's fucking racist. Yo, that's crazy.
Hey.
Akash Singh, not Aziz. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, Akash is dope.
Yeah. I think Andrew Schultz is really just his willingness to go against the grain and just say stupid shit and try new content ideas. I really like that. Then after that, shoot.
Those are heavy hitters.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, obviously, like I said, Mark from Software Underbelly. But when it comes to like innovation and who I look up to in the content space, I would say those are my top 3.
Agree. Those are great. Right now, what I'm watching, I wouldn't say I would look up to them the most, but what I'm watching the most of is not Trap Lore Ross, but Trap More. His other channel.
Second channel.
Yep, it's just easier to just vibe out when it's him for.
Well, he basically stole Poetic Flacco's whole style, which he didn't steal it. Like Poetic Flacco definitely gave him the sauce.
And Flacco delivers it wrong. It's just
think so?
To me, like I don't like it's, and I think Trap does too. Actually, I think they both do, but somehow I gravitated towards Traps more.
That's fair. I think. Flacco definitely put some sauce on it.
Yeah,
obviously.
Oh yeah, he does. I think Flacco is more willing to give like Flacco's willing to yell and
to be loud and wrong.
Loud or even loud and right. Like when he knows it's right, and that's just because that's just the truth, and you gotta just fucking fuck that. Like I respect that side of Flacco. I think Trap is like more the type to be like, I don't know, man. Whatever you say, bro. If I just want to be friends, bro. And it's like that. Like okay, I'll point out a specific example. Some black, I can't remember exactly what it was because I watched a lot of trap shit, but some black rapper said, I don't, it was like their jail story or how they ended up in jail. And in the process of some shit, they didn't let someone come in the house because they were like, yo, my mom is weird about like, she has plastic on her furniture and shit. And Trap was like, I've never heard of a woman putting plastic on their furniture. And it's like, yeah, because you're fucking white and British, bro. Like, if you knew anything about black women.
No, white people did that back in the day,
even
too.
White people, right? Like, it's just some shit in the hood that we did. Like, so it's just like those type of things that it's like he misses the point because he didn't grow up here. He's not in the same culture as the people he's talking about. And that is like, it inspires me to just be more involved in the culture, if anything. I don't think he's doing anything wrong, but I just want to like fix those little key points sometimes, and I do that in my own essence. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think you need someone with an outside perspective to speak on something happening, on the inside of a centralized group or event, because it's more of an honest opinion when it's someone looking from the outside in. And really anything,
with less bias.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so true.
That's why news is important, and newspapers and stuff. But yeah, I agree with you, man. He does kind of get it wrong sometimes, and he's kind of a pushover.
And that's the difference between news and content creators, right? Is we are just humans. We're not tied to a big company that has a formula that's been doing it for years. We're fucking winging it. Mm-hmm. And if we do have a formula and we're part of a big company, that's even doper. But even most of these companies are still brand new,
for sure,
compared to most other industries of all respects. What's an industry that you would have found yourself in? I think you said you were going to go do a job.
Graphic design, for sure. Yeah, that's what I went to school for.
Okay.
And actually, I graduated college in 2019, but like during my last year of college, I was tutoring at-risk high schoolers.
Okay.
Like my kids had their parents that got deported, or they brought guns to school, or shit like that, and.
Those are heavy risks.
Yeah, it was cool. So I was honestly thinking about even being a teacher.
Okay.
But then COVID hit, and then I lost everything, as everybody, a lot of people did. I lost my house and my job and everything. So I moved back to Pueblo, Colorado, and it was honestly a blessing in disguise, And then I got a job doing graphic design for a country music festival.
Cool.
Called Bands in the Backyard.
Yeah.
And I did the last one ever because the creator passed away.
Oh.
So I worked with Betty Wap, Flo Rida, Carly Pierce, the brothers Osborne.
Cool.
There was Benny Blanco. Not Benny Blanco. No, Benny. The black guy that works with Diplo. Is it Benny Blanco? Blanco. Something. Not Benny Blanco.
Doesn't matter. But that gave you kind of a taste of the professional world, I guess, with the music and the graphics. Right?
Exactly, for sure. Okay. So like meeting and working with them and just learning. Like we were talking about earlier, being in the background is beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of connections to be made, and just from that, it just kind of inspired.
Benny X. Is that who you're talking about? No.
He's like a black country guy. I think it's Benny.
Because Benny Blanco is the white guy with Selena Gomez.
I swear they had the same name or something, bro. I don't know his name. It was like it was. What's it? 26? So it was 6 years ago, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, just learning that just taught me, I like art. I like graphic design. It calms me down and, gives me something to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I definitely would have gotten into graphic design.
Cool. with graphic design, there's a few different like routes. Like some people go into like copywriting. Some people just do like flyers and stuff. Some people will do like real, like not to use the word real art, but some people just go into like the artist realm of things, like for album covers or some shit, right? Like, do you think that using these type of skills makes you more successful with your YouTube?
For sure. Yeah. Making thumbnails is a science.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of bad thumbnails out there. And if you look at the big players in YouTube, like their thumbnails are somewhat similar.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for sure. Just learning how to maneuver, programs like that definitely gave me a leg up on everybody, because now I took 5 years of it, so now I could teach people like I was taught, but in a more digestible way, because teaching 40 kids is harder than teaching one person, right face to face.
Yeah.
So yeah, that gives me a leg up for sure, because I don't gotta. I believe in insourcing everything. Like I don't want to send my video to someone, send my audio to someone, and send my thumbnail to someone. That's gonna really push back my videos.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, weeks, months, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't learn how to do everything, like you're not going to be as successful as a person who's really hungry, who's going to go do it, who's a little bit younger than you.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to be spending more money too.
Exactly.
Like there's obviously you're going to be spending time doing it yourself, but that's always been my biggest thing. That's how I got onto the media side of things too, is because as a rapper, I just knew I had to do all this shit, but I didn't think everybody was worth what they were charging, or I wasn't ready to be paying what they deserved.
Oh yeah.
Like for my level.
No, graphic designers be lying. Graphic designers be lying,
bro.
I know you work on this flyer for 45 minutes with a fucking beer in your hand. Like this shit is not worth $50, $100, bro. It's really not, and it's the internet SEO and whatever marketing. It's a really easy business to lie to people with, and I realized that growing up, like if you're like 40 and up, like you don't know what the fuck Google optimization is,
not generally, yeah. Most
exactly.
People,
You show them a little few analytics, and they're like, "Huh, I didn't know we had a backend on our website," which is fine. Not everyone has to know everything, but people take advantage of that shit for sure.
Yeah, and that is a weird predicament to be in as a person of the new generation too, because it's like I want to be paid for my talent, but I don't want to be fucking people over.
Yeah.
Right? And
some people don't care.
And some people don't fucking care. They just want it done, no matter how much you're going to charge them. And you have to learn when and where to apply those pieces of yourself.
For sure.
Would you say that, like, emotion ever got in the way of your success in your business?
Oh, yeah. Totally. I learned, I'm still learning. I said this on a different podcast. I'm trying to do a podcast in Denver. Like, I want to learn more about people making content and shit, and make new friends. So I've been trying to do a podcast a week. And I was telling this on the other one. I was saying one of the biggest lessons was being nice to people. That I had to learn, because you'll forget like everything we talked about, but if you don't fuck with me, like you're never gonna forget that you don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
Even if we had a good conversation, 80% of the time, that one time, like you
can't remember why you don't fuck with me, but you just know you don't anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Facts. So that definitely was a lesson I had to learn. Just and I keep harping on we're all friends at the end of the day, and at the end, like I have to remind myself that too. These aren't, at this moment in time, I'm not able to pay 20 people. But everyone around me is, for the most part, hungry as fuck to get it themselves, and they want to learn and they want to do it, and that's like the people that stay around, because we get people that come and hang around for a month or 2 months, but they don't either want it or like they don't care. Some people, like I said, they want the 9 to 5 with 2 kids, which is awesome.
Beautiful.
But yeah, being nice to people is an important skill that if you want to go far in the content game, you gotta manage your ego and think about what you say. That's like I said, it's a big reason why I stopped drinking so much. I still drink like every now and then, but I won't get all fucked up in front of a bunch of random people.
And being in the public eye, that's just a good move regardless. Like any scene, any industry, drugs and alcohol tend to take away from our greatness. No matter how much we think that they add to it, it might make you feel better, the vibe better for a little bit, but overall, we all are just gonna be better off, healthier, happier. Health is wealth, bro. Like, and on top of that, I think like we all know, is when we are drinking heavily or drugging heavily or trying to escape, the escape is really what we're after. There's always something else that we need to like solve, even if we don't always know what it is.
Oh yeah, totally.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that there were other things in your life that replaced drinking, like in a positive way?
I mean, YouTube,
Yep.
for sure. Making the content is, in
So
the end, I
you're
enjoy it.
successful out of spite, is what you're saying? You just have to go so hard because of how much you weren't succeeding before?
I mean, I've always like I've never. It's gonna sound stupid, but I've never like had a problem getting jobs. I've always had multiple jobs, and
Yeah.
I've never been like the richest person,
Mhm.
but I've always had hustle.
Hireable.
For exactly,
Yeah.
like I'll have like 3 jobs at a time, fucking, and sell a little weed on the side type shit, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Like those days are over. I don't sell shit anymore. Just
Right,
fucking
I
make
feel
YouTube
you.
videos. But I've always had a little bit of hustle in me, and yeah. So now like I said, it's a video game now, bro. Like life's what you make it, and if I don't want to be 50 years old with nothing to show for it,
Mm-hmm.
that scares me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I do it out of spite. I do it out of spite to when I see someone 60 plus working at Walmart checking receipts.
Mm-hmm.
Like wow, like not that they made bad decisions, but like I don't want that for me personally.
Your future could look different, so you want differently.
Exactly.
Yep.
It scares me to think
Yeah.
about, it scares me to realistically say to be regular.
Mm-hmm. O3 Greedo was on Vlad's podcast like years ago, like before he went back to prison. And he was like, you don't work, you never really worked a regular job, and he was just like, that is like a mental disease for me. Like, he's like, no disrespect to those people who do that, but it's like just so hard to get ahead that way, bro. And it's like, especially when you're from the area he's from or went through all the shit he goes, and it's like we all have so many options. And the same as you, like, money's not my driving factor, so I'm not ever interested in really being rich. But success being like, I think success is bountiful when everything is bountiful in your life. You know what I mean? Like you can attract the type of energy that succeeds. I don't think you can go make money come to you just by hoping and begging and wanting and crying to the universe.
You gotta act right, you gotta dress right, you gotta treat people right.
You gotta set yourself up.
Definitely.
Yeah, straight the fuck up, bro. And I don't have a great relationship with money previously, but once I realized that in life, like I didn't grow up with a great example of financial stability and shit, but once I realized how the mindset around money can shift, it just makes you feel more excited. Like a video game makes you feel excited to go make these money moves, make money work for you.
Exactly. And like now because I don't live in Denver officially, but I spend half my week here.
Yeah.
And now that I've been doing that, I've been noticing the value of an hour.
Yes.
Like there's a finite amount of time in each day, and no matter what happens, every at the middle of the week, every week, I gotta get the fuck out of whatever part of Colorado I'm in and migrate 2 hours away and fucking like that's waking up hungover is not in the plan.
Boom.
Fucking I don't know, like it sounds mean to say, but like like it's I had something to do. I had to deal with in my relationships too. Like
Yes.
I basically this is my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So like it's fucking I can't go on a date every week.
Yes.
And I'm it sucks, but like I can't see my mom and dad necessarily every week.
Yeah.
I can't. Like I'm making these. It seems like big decisions for a lot of people, but in my eyes, hopefully, it's short term for long term freedom.
I totally get it.
And that's something that like mentally I've been having. I still like I'm not perfect, and everyone like I feel like everyone looks at me like I have it all figured out, especially with like YouTube and shit. But like I don't know everything,
dude.
Exactly. I don't know everything, and like I'm still learning myself, and that's something that like fucks with me is my parents are aging, and You know, like I realistically, my dad just turned 7. My dad's about to turn 70, so it's like. It's like these are like real life decisions that I'm making to make YouTube videos. Like this is something I deeply, deeply care about. For sure.
And it's to really to help those people. It's like in your mind, right? And this isn't how they see it. It's how no one sees it but yourself, right? It's like the people I'm ignoring or putting to the back burner right now. This is who I'm doing it for.
For sure.
Like they're really my driving force. So when you're saying like, oh, I can't go on a date every week, and then you got. I hate to keep. I always use this, and this is my easy target. But you got rappers being like, "Oh man, y'all not doing what I do. I take my bitch everywhere. I buy her anything she wants," and it's like, bro.
Unless you got it like that, you're an idiot.
There you go. I'm like 90% of the people who said that are in prison right now, or back broke because it was a fucking PPP loan. Or C, they really got it like that, and they've been working a long time to get it like that, and I just need to keep my head down and keep working. And it's so easy to get caught up in those other two that you forget about that last one.
Oh yeah.
Know? And
it's fun to fake it.
Yeah.
It's fun to act like you made it, for sure.
For sure.
But like, it leaves you like feeling like empty, really.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's the point of faking it?
Mm-hmm. What are your, and we are. Because media and content is getting more like in the moment, we can do scripted stuff. A lot of people still do scripted stuff, but so much stuff is just like this, just chatting, right? Or they set up a moment and then they go and they live out the experience. Do you think that people themselves are finding like pieces of that reality? Like what I'm saying is reality winning now versus fake shit? Because I don't really watch. Like I do watch movies and shows, but like content, if it feels scripted, I skip it.
Bro.
Unless it's like a tutorial. Like
Abbott Elementary.
Abbott's cool. I think it's funny. You know what I mean? I watch it because my girl likes it, but it doesn't feel like overly, like it doesn't feel the way TV used to feel. So now I'll watch shit like fucking Drewski or whatever, because it's just like he sets up a moment that's funny and then they go and they live it. But whatever just happens. Is that like something that you're noticing in your model, or that you're even like adapting or thinking about when you make content?
Not. I mean,
because you might have like plot points or questions, right? But
yeah, I would say what I really try to improve is my communication skills. Like using a more advanced vocabulary rather than saying cool. That's so cool, bro. Because when I watch content, I like to laugh, but I also like to be mentally invigorated.
Yeah.
So, just I like to learn when I watch stuff, so I watch a lot of documentaries. Or I watch a lot of YouTube for sure. I watch a lot of YouTube.
Me too.
But
shout out to Brave browser with the ad blocker, because
I got premium.
I
got premium. Yeah, I had to.
Yeah, it's premium's fire still.
It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so maybe in the content for sure. Like I said, I like No Jumper. They have scripted shit all the time.
True, they do.
So like I said, at the end of the day, it's entertainment. So I want to be entertained, but I don't want to be fed lies. So it's a happy medium.
And I think some of the scripted stuff, as much as people hate to realize it, it comes from a talent of like delivering it or acting, maybe even like some scripts come to life because fucking George Clooney read that fucking script or whoever, you know. So I think content people have that ability to be like, this might not have come off if
bring the role to life. Is
yeah,
what they say.
You know what I mean. Like maybe Adam is the way that script works
or
whatever. So that's an interesting thought. Just media changes so much. You know what I mean. Like I grew up watching Roger Rabbit and thinking about how they used to make movies and then it went into cartoons. Now kids are gonna grow up with so much content space that like I don't know what it's like to be my kid in the world of content right now.
Probably sucks, honestly.
It's got to be either really overwhelming or really boring. Like who cares?
SpongeBob and Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Yep,
that was real TV.
And I still watch Sweet Life just because
good show.
I'm attached to it now.
Exactly.
Like I pay Disney Plus for my kid. No, it's for fucking Sweet Life.
I'll take it.
Is that ever something you want to go into? Is like film or?
Oh yeah, I definitely have a goal. I want to be on the news. I was on the news a bunch of times, like when I was running for mayor. But I want to be a reporter.
Cool.
I don't know how the hell I'm going to achieve this, but I know it's very possible. Because I already do content and shit, so my resume is going to be a little bit more beefed up than a brand new person.
Definitely.
I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I definitely know I'm going to.
Bro, somebody thought I was a reporter. Like,
should.
Like, I've been doing this, right? And I like to go back and forth with people, but I'm sitting here chatting with him, and he had told me about my content that he saw me, like how he was introduced to me. And what was happening was I needed to do promo for a show, and I couldn't find a time to meet up with all these rappers. So what I did is I found out they were playing shows. So I was like, all right, I'm pulling up to your show, and we're going to take a video, and we're going to promote our show. So I'm like, all right, I'm here with said and said rapper. They're going to play this show coming up. So when bro met me, he didn't know I was even a rapper. He just thought I was a promoter showing up at all these shows to promote them like a fucking reporter. And I'm like, at this point, that's what I should have been doing. I might have fucking been more successful in a weird way. But
you never know.
It's those weird hidden talents, you know what I mean? I never planned to do anything media related. And my girl and I tell my girl everything. I don't know, I'm sure you guys are the same way, but I told her, I was like, oh, bro from Street Champs is gonna pull up. So, I'm getting in control right now. I was like, bro from Street Champs is gonna pull up. She was like, well, you must be doing something right. And I'm like, I feel that because obviously you know good content, to say the least.
I mean, I respect a hustler. I didn't start with a 60,000 subscribers. We started with 0 subscribers.
Yeah.
And people gave us the benefit of the doubt coming in with 10 subscribers, and they're like, oh, I like what you guys do here. You guys just have fun here. And so I respect you doing this shit out of wherever you're doing it. I'm not going to disclose it, but I relate to it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I still do it out of my
spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's consistency. Like I know as well as anyone that if I've ever failed at anything before, it's because I gave up.
Right.
It's not really because I wasn't that good at it. I've been good at everything I've ever wanted to do.
Exactly.
It's just you need to stick to it, and headspace is a big contributor to that. I think that Colorado focuses a lot on mental health, and I'm grateful to be a part of that revolution.
That's pussy shit, bro.
It could be, you know what I mean? Have you found yourself being like, I just don't feel like this shit today? You know what I mean?
Yeah, all the time. But that's the difference between most people is if you let that take you down, man, you're gonna have a lot of bad days.
Yes, sir.
But the secret to life is making a bad day a good day.
Yes, sir.
Just because you're choosing to make it a good day. Everyone deals with mental illness and anxiety and depression. I'm no different than anybody, but I don't let that, I don't let it change what I'm gonna do and how I want to succeed. I don't know. I have a lot of shit going on right now personally, but most people wouldn't even know it because I don't. I'll share it if they really want to inquire about it or they're interested, but it's nobody cares. Try harder is a real statement.
Yes.
Nobody gives a fuck.
And
about
stick to the plan. Like you were saying, hangovers not in the plan. This and that is not in the plan. Sometimes emotions aren't in the fucking plan, bro.
Oh yeah.
Hate to say it, bro. Like
you can cry. Everyone, you need to get a good cry out, bro.
Yeah.
But you can't just wallow in your sorrows.
Yep.
Forever.
Yep. I think that I dive more into my media side when I'm kind of going through it on the artist side, because it just makes me feel like I'm still working at something. And I know that I'm good at both, but I need to just get more consistent about one or the other. It's gonna be media. But I thrive more in this scene. I help artists thrive more. I'm worth more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it'd be those pieces of my artistry that I'm like, that's my therapy still. So I know I'll never quit.
You crave it.
I do. I really do. And I'm like I said, I'm good at it, but I'm not to the point that I need external validation over being a rapper or anything like that anymore. If anything, just come see me for a good mix. You know what I mean? I love engineering. I fucking love it.
Oh yeah.
But because of how much I love rap, that's why I do the media.
Totally.
Because I want to give people a place to be who they are. But not just rappers. People like yourself. People I would have not known any of this about you through Street Champs because I'm just catching it in pieces.
Oh, yeah.
I'm tapping in, watching for 10, 15 minutes, and then I go and I do something else, or I'll click on something else, right? I didn't know you were fucking running for mayor. You know what I mean? This is crazy news to me.
It was a good time.
I'm just inviting bro over, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna go tell people now. Like you said, the brief the resume. No, bitch, I'm using you now. I'm be like, I had a mayoral candidate on my fucking podcast. So
That's what's up.
don't fucking
I'll
come with
take
any
it.
less energy than that. If you don't have a cooler story than that, don't bother me.
Yeah, the local news, they tore me apart.
Really?
For Street Champs, oh yeah.
They figured all your shit out, huh?
Well, they just like painted me out to be like an ignorant like asshole, really.
Yeah.
You know, which I could see why they would portray me like that because on the podcast, if you watch the Friday show, Strictly the Friday show,
Okay.
you're like, damn, this guy is drinking beers with his bros,
Okay.
talking shit about like, you know, whatever's happening in the world. So you'd think
They
that
should
I'm an
see
idiot.
what real politicians are doing close to us.
I mean,
Not
you're
that you're
not
not a
wrong.
real one. Excuse me. What
I'm
the
not,
more
I'm not.
notable politicians are doing.
Yeah.
They're way scarier than anything going on in Street Champs.
Oh yeah, so they definitely used my platform against me for sure.
Well, you know, and that could be your opponents too. You know, they like to
Yeah, maybe.
sway the narrative.
It was in the newspaper, so I blamed this bitch. Her name was Anna. Fuck you, Anna.
Hey, shout out to Anna, you're ruining lives.
Yeah, right. I blame her.
It's always a woman. Just kidding.
That's always weird. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No.
On Women's Day, on International Women's Day.
And you know what? On the other side of things, saving our asses is always a woman too. Like
Sure.
you know, we'll always find a woman to blame, but there's always a woman coming to fix shit up too, sweeping up behind us. So,
Oh yeah.
as grateful as we are to have a scapegoat, we really have superheroes.
I still got my mom, bro. So I rely on my mom every single day
That's huge, bro. Mine is my grandma,
for sure.
and a lot of people see her at shows like they know her as a public figure. You know,
What's up, man?
Same thing. I'm so grateful, but she'll be the first one to be like.
What's he doing? Evil.
She'll not even that. Like she'll just say some bold shit, and I'll look at her like, damn. But if it was my homie saying it, I wouldn't look at him crazy. I just think like, you're my grandma. You're a woman. You know what I mean? She's like, gives a fuck. She'll tell me
Just tell you
like,
the truth.
get right. You know what I mean?
Are you Mexican?
I'm not. So my it's funny though, cause she is a fluent Spanish speaker. She's from New York, but she's a white lady.
Oh word.
My dad is of Jamaican descent.
Oh word.
So I just tell people I'm black and white, but I'm technically like,
Michael Jackson.
yeah, I'm real mixed the fuck up.
It's 2 Michael Jackson references tonight.
Yeah, that's what's up. Shout out to the bro. Apparently, the Robin Hood of the pedophile world.
That's him shouting him out, guys.
Hey,
Me.
there are worse people to shout out than Mike right now.
That's true.
Unfortunately, like I still got people walking up to me like, "Bro, you listen to R. Kelly still?" I'm like, well,
Yes, but I'm not gonna
yeah,
say it out
exactly,
loud.
right? Can we leave it our personal lives, personal?
Yeah, bro. Remix to Ignition.
Bro, like
Banger.
I grew up in a black family. We still have weddings. Yes, R. Kelly's getting played.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I hate to say it, you know, but
I believe I can fly.
hey, that was my whole 2 years old to 5 years old. I don't think I knew another song besides "I Believe I Can Fly."
Damn, that's crazy.
Like I can remember, like you know when you play like 500 or whatever it gets called, like 21 in the hood. Like-
No, 21. What the fuck is that?
Like basketball. you
Oh,
play
21.
with the football.
Yeah,
you play
21, yeah.
500. There would be like when you're a kid, you make up pieces of the game, bro. My brother made up one called the R. Kelly, and he would just throw the football at you like a bullet and call it "I Believe I Can Fly." And like he was just such
Yeah.
a cultural reference, bro.
He was.
And he went out sad. He went out sad for
I
sure.
mean, he's not dead yet, technically. So
He's not
still,
dead.
he's still there.
But there is the idea that's like, no, okay, Chris Brown is still a phenomenal artist, no matter how much he beat on Rihanna. But I don't.
I think it was a mutual beating.
It was
I
a
think it was
mutual
mutual
beating,
combat.
and that is a fact. There's no doubt about that. But you can't say that about the 14-year-old girl who got peed on,
It's true.
right? And it comes down to the idea. Rihanna might have been a mutual beating. She's still pretty talented at what she does. People are gonna listen to
If
her.
anything, it made her more talented.
There's no explaining away R. Kelly. It is still good music, but you cannot explain it
I
away.
blame the parents.
Okay, we can blame it, but can we explain it? Like on his level, can he still?
Being a freaked out, freaky frog. I don't know. I
And
can't
you
explain.
pissed on her and filmed it.
I mean, I feel like that video was like everywhere though. Like, why did we all share it? I don't think we knew she was 16 though.
Well, I was a child.
Yeah, exactly. I was, like,
we were
younger than
both- yeah,
16.
we were very young when that.
Yeah.
So we can't say we, but you're right. Like humans in general,
I don't think anybody knew she
people-
was like, unless we were really tapped in, I guess, like in your 20s at that point.
Mm.
But, yeah, I was a child when that came across my desk.
That was like it came across my desk. That was like the original Vlad TV days, like on demand Vlad. Do you remember that?
He released that video?
Well, I think he had it. You know what I mean? And I think that he talked about having it, but didn't release it, and that's what created more of a conversation around. Oh shit, this is a little girl, and there's a reason people aren't releasing it publicly. You know what I mean?
I don't even know where the first time I saw. Did you ever watch Five Guys One Hammer or something?
No, I watched Two Girls One Cup, so we're probably.
No, this one was like a murder one.
Oh,
like they beat the fuck out of this guy in like the woods, like
so
and like
a
beat his
snuff
brains
video?
in. Yeah.
Holy shit!
Like there was like a website like that. I forget what it was called. Like gore.com type shit.
I do remember like something along those lines. Not that video, but I remember seeing like cartels and shit. Yeah.
Like the Pain Olympics. You ever watch that one?
Yes.
The guy cut his balls off.
Yes,
that's
bro.
crazy.
Oh my god, some guy died in LA a couple days ago, cutting off his dick.
So that's a good way. That's how I want to go out. The real one. That's how real ones go out.
Gotta respect the dedication, because I would have definitely like stopped at some point.
Oh yeah. It's like getting a paper cut on my finger. I'm like.
Yeah, like I would give up.
Off?
I would start and give up. Bro did not give up.
What's that?
Man, consistency. It will get you places. Good, bad, indifferent. I think he died actually. I do think he passed away.
You don't want to live if you cut your dick off. Unless you're like doing it medically.
Oh.
Then you just want to live as a different gender.
Bro, you know the feeling when you're on a roller coaster and you're like, everything tightens up? Yeah, that's me thinking about, bro. So I gotta move on. Yeah, my sphincter is tight, thinking about bro losing his parts. So, health is wealth. Speaking of parts, I'm glad we got all 10 fingers and toes. I assume we got all 10 toes. Have you ever been physically injured in a weird way? Or that debilitated you for more time than you
Not really. Like as a child, for sure, but like not as an adult.
Cool.
I'm very risk adverse.
Cool.
I value my life.
That's what's up. Insurance best or wet dream.
Exactly. Yeah.
They fuck with you.
So yeah, you're not gonna catch me fucking doing anything that crazy at the moment in time.
That's what's up.
And that's definitely a conscious choice, just because like I said, it's not part of the plan to break my arm.
Oh, I have people inviting me. Let's go play volleyball, bro. Let's go have some drinks. We'll go do bro. Do I look like a nigga who's just gonna jump on the floor for a fucking volleyball?
Exactly. No.
That's crazy to me. Like I got contracts. I got shows to play. What are we talking about?
Yeah. If I break my arm, like if I break my right hand. I'll probably fuck for a while.
Yes. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
My mouse? No, I can't break my mouse hand. Luckily, I'm left-handed, so if I'm breaking anything, it'll probably be my lefty.
See, so don't let that happen.
But no, I don't do anything physical, really. Like, I don't even want to go snowboarding, bro.
I wouldn't say I don't do anything physical. I don't do, like, shit that's gonna hurt me.
Yeah. I don't do, what I'll say is I don't do it with other people. I'll go to the gym, I'll run, I'll stretch, but it's just me and the machine. As soon as you put somebody else who might be able to trip me, pull my hair, whatever, nah, bro, we're fighting.
I do a boxing match, though.
Okay.
Some
trained, some coordinated.
We need a content boxing match in Denver.
Who would you box?
I mean, it only makes one.
Yeah.
It only makes sense for one person.
Do it. Say it.
I mean, bro, if you're watching this, Mr. Matthias the Great, no, I'm just kidding. No, obviously, like, I think the good match would be me and my high minute.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be hilarious.
He's a big boy, man. He's not small.
I know. Like, I'm not even, like, saying that, like, I want to beat him up or, like, I hate him.
Media-wise,
it would just
be
a good fight and, like, a good flyer.
I mean, if Adam can fight Jason Love, you could fight my high minute, bro.
I think we can make it happen. I don't know, like...
Please throw at least one punch, though.
I got you.
Yo, I'm setting this up.
It'd be fun.
Versus. Let's go.
But we need, like, people on the... above us or under us. I don't know where we would be on the card.
Okay, true. They have to have a real fight. Also,
exactly.
Right?
Like, put like Trev Rich and AP against each other.
Ooh,
that'd be good.
For some reason, I don't see them doing it.
No, yeah, for sure not.
Or maybe like I see Trev fighting like maybe. No, I don't even see Squiz doing it.
No, yeah.
Who would box? Maybe Miracle, Colorado Miracle.
For sure.
He could be a boxer ass name. I don't know. I'm just throwing out weird names because we're just making shit up. But the people want to see it, y'all. We're tired of y'all rapping. It's time to fucking put on the gloves. We need celebrity death. No, not death match.
Not the death match.
What was the
a sanctioned boxing event?
Yeah, light taps on the gloves, light taps, and we're not even going weight classes. We're just going follower class. It's like
follower class. We go by subscribers.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. If you're not, and we'll have the amateurs too. If you're not pulling in no money off of media in any way, shape, or form, then you go to this class. I mean, the newcomers.
There needs to be an undercard.
Man, that would be cool. But so that's something we need to investigate: is who are the real fighters. And rest in peace to Lamumba.
I'm not a real fighter by any means.
Of course, no. But to get a real fight together, though, like you said, to have a higher card, so you guys could be the undercard. And while we're on the subject, I just want to say rest in peace to Lamumba Sayers Jr. I don't think that boxing in Colorado should be talked about, or hip hop and boxing should ever be talked about without mentioning Lamumba and Lamumba Jr.
Rest in peace.
And yeah, bro died a few years ago. And what's unfortunate is he was the type who was already creating gloves up, guns down type organization, and really just focusing on helping people use boxing as an avenue for safety and health and shit like that. And he still got his fucking head popped. So, again, it's just only right to mention it, but that would be super cool. I think media is lacking in luster in Colorado right now. We need to do things besides Wendy Ortiz and Mile High Minute.
I don't know who Wendy Ortiz is. Oh wait, that's a girl.
She might know who you are, bro.
She told me about her.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't really know why. I don't know what her niche is.
Is she a baddie?
I think she looks good. I think that's her niche.
You think or you know?
I've only seen her like one time. I haven't done that.
You gotta do more research.
I do gotta do some research into Wendy.
You gotta do the science behind it.
Well, the reason I guess I'm actually more nervous is I don't know how old she is. So I can't say she's a baddie. She's a pretty girl.
Whoa,
she might be like 19 or something.
Nice try, Diddy.
No, no sir, none of that. Actually, what's weird is they say Diddy, but Diddy didn't have any underage kids in this case that we know of. The underage motherfucker, that's Michael, and I keep shouting out Mike in this interview. That's what we need.
The red flag here.
Diddy is for sure. Diddy's for sure. Diddy is a rapist and an abuser, but I don't know if he's a pedophile. I don't know that it's confirmed he likes little kids.
I'm not gonna be the one to confirm or deny that for you. You got the wrong guy.
Oh man! But that being said, all of this is hearsay because you and I are just two dudes just chatting about it. But you are right. Research-wise, what I want to know is where in Colorado can the spaces go? We have music, we have the streaming content, right? But like, okay, a fight would be a cool idea, just off rip.
I low-key don't even think people would watch the fight. I'm just joking.
The rappers would. Us, like me, and
it's gonna have like 40 people there.
Yeah, exactly. Us 40, we'll be fucking hyped.
Exactly. Someone's gonna get shot after.
It will fucking get shot up, unfortunately. Where will media really find some footing and a cool trend scene? You know what I mean? Like, what's next? They can't just be chilling in the room like Kai, because Kai already did that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the answer to that, man. I would say what's next for me personally is a continuation of growing the team. I think, the content houses or the production studios, they have the right thing going on.
Cool.
I can't be the person who says, what's going to be the next big trend, but like we were talking about consistency and trying new ideas, never goes out of style.
That's true.
So
especially with a compound of people all working on it, because then it's like, all right, y'all try this, y'all try another version of that, but you do this. You know what I mean? So I think that's a great idea, a great way to expand.
Mm-hmm.
How many people are you guys working with? Like, not like how many platforms, but how many team members do you have working on
like
each
20
show?
of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that is it difficult to keep up with that many people?
It definitely is a learning experience, just trying to manage all the personalities. But, in the end, being nice to people, that's where it comes up again. You gotta hear people out, let people talk. Even if they're wrong,
Mm-hmm.
just, you don't have to implement every single idea everybody has, but you have to hear them out. So it's as easy as just being like, okay, yeah, I'll think about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's try it. But it's a lot of times, if someone's like giving you an idea or they want you to do something, try to reciprocate it and put the ball in their court, being like, all right, I'm down, let's do this. You bring the first step, and then I'm gonna follow after you, and that weeds out a lot of just the people who are talking.
Yeah,
people who want to try something new.
that's true.
So yeah, I don't. It's not necessarily hard anymore because we've been doing this for 5 years, and as I get older, I take it more seriously and more seriously. So
Developing systems. And,
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And once again, cutting out alcohol. You when you're sober, it sucks to say you're on your P's and Q's more.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's just learning over time how to treat people.
Are you using AI to help your workflow?
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're not using AI and you're making media, you're ass backwards, and you need to immediately go buy any clipping thing or anything really.
Agreed.
For sure.
Fucking agreed. There's so much space to explore in that world, and being left behind is not in my book.
You don't even gotta like use it all, but you just can't be against it.
Yeah.
You
gotta be aware of it.
Exactly.
And using it is like, I think so many people would just be like, okay, I told AI, it printed me out something, and now I'm gonna go post that. That's not even like, not everyone uses AI. Just exactly what it gives you is what you go and you put out. It's not just you take out of AI and you get, no, you use AI to help formulate your thoughts, to help change the way that you would have done something, to help recreate systems, to help recommunicate it in a different way to somebody else. Like, there's like any way that you could have ever wanted to Google something, like, you can now. You know what I mean? Like, AI, Google runs off of AI now, so I can say something weird like, my friend's water bottle had a hole bust open through it, and the sun was only at 60 degrees at the time, so I don't think it melted it. Why do you think it opened out? Like, I could say the craziest shit to AI. The Google and the search engine capability, insane. Do I think it has a lot of effect negatively on our climate and environment?
Oh, of course, yeah, of course.
You know,
but once again, I'm not like the freedom fighter who's gonna
boom.
I'm not Greta Thunberg.
Yep.
I'm not gonna take a trip to Iceland and fucking protest it, because even though I believe in it,
it's not
it's not in my life. I'm sorry. Like, I might be an asshole for saying that,
no,
but I'm sure there's a lot of people that relate to that.
I would much rather use AI to help me draft a large message about saving the world from AI than pretend I'm just never going to use AI again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I use it more for backend stuff anyway. I use it for like the SEO for YouTube and stuff. That's where, just the technology knows itself better than, what exactly we think we know.
That's a fact.
I believe. Who knows? Really.
It has the capability to do all the research. You know what I mean? We can research day in and day out, but the research is done for you. I think that's the strongest part. Is I don't have time to research, so please filter through all this extra research to give me the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you have to be willing to say, okay, well, that's just not true, even when it tells you something is true. Like, we have to discern.
Oh yeah, totally.
And people think that AI users lose sight of their discernment, and that's just not.
Oh yeah, I mean, at some point, it's kind of like the Photoshop revolution when everyone thought for a second, if you saw a photo of it, you thought it had to happen. Like, at some point, we had to realize people are manufacturing and manipulating photos, and that was a hurdle for basic society, really. Like, we're kind of like the first generation to be like, nah, man, that's not real. Like, that photo's not real.
Yeah.
But my parents, they see an AI video and they're like, this dog just saved this baby from the fire and a fish tank fell. My dad's like, how did it do that? And I'm like, Dad, that's not how it is.
Man, and you gotta like, my grandma even, she's like, I can tell sometimes when these videos are a little off. They only have like 3 fingers or something, and I'm I'm glad you're figuring it out. But she said that to me like 2 weeks ago.
Now it's better, bro. Now it's like within a few months time, this shit's getting increasingly better.
I'm like, that was me 2 years ago. Now there's much more shit that she won't even know is AI because of how good it is, and I can't always tell anymore either. But it's just like,
it pulls me too.
At this point, if I'm asking, I just know it's AI.
I don't trust anything.
Yeah.
I live my life. After this question, take this bathroom.
Of course. Right. Yeah. No rush. No rules.
I'll talk about this, but I live my life like pretty jovial. I like to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I'm doing something like pretty like minuscule or just like going to the grocery store, like I'll do it like having fun.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm scrolling shit on my timeline, like I'm looking at it just off the rip, like, this is fake. Like, this is bullshit most of the time. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I think it makes life a little bit easier.
Yes, sir.
To not have to worry about, like, all the bullshit I'm looking at.
Bro, like, you can go, but the weirdest thing about this AI real and fake surge is I find myself more intrigued in OnlyFans girls or whatever, as long as they're not AI.
Tell me about it.
As long as they're just real now, I'm like, all right, bet. Whatever.
That's true. That's true. Now they have the AI girls and shit. It's scary. I've thought about doing that, bro. I thought about making myself an AI, content. I'll be a girl and I'll sell content.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
Man, it's just about knowing how to use your computer anymore, and
Exactly.
It's not even that hard to do. I've watched a lot of Drink Champs episodes, and everybody pees in the middle.
I've fallen out of love with Drink Champs.
I have too, unfortunately. They were probably the best of the best for a couple years. I imagine that they had something to do with the name Street Champs, right?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
Everyone always thinks that.
Yeah.
But Street Champs doesn't even have a cool story.
Okay.
It's just me and my friend, shout out Daniel Ridgway is his artist name.
Sounds familiar.
We were just hanging out and like I told him I wanted to do this and we were thinking of names and I don't even know how Street Champs just came about. It's nothing exciting. We just thought about it.
Well, it's working.
Yeah, right?
It's working. Now, shout out to Nori though, but I have, as an avid listener and fan, I've gone away from their type of coverage. It just feels like buddies hanging out, but it also feels like
It's the alcohol. I'll be completely honest. It's the alcohol.
There's the alcohol that like drives them off subject, but it's also like, just because you're homies with this person doesn't mean we don't want to hear about the crazy shit. You know what I mean? And that's why I'll go to somebody like Vlad. Even though Vlad like got all the problems and is a Vlad, he'll still be like, yeah, but what about that bitch you was fucking? Yeah, what about the drug you was doing?
Yeah.
And I like that in journalism. I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find that you struggle asking hard-hitting questions like that?
Not really. It depends. Like, I'm not going to ask you anything, like, criminal.
Yeah.
Unless it's so far in the past and I already know about it, as, like, where it's okay to talk about. But no,
usually they'll just be like, that's not my business. Like,
yeah,
that's how I feel.
Most people can maneuver around a question, and typically before I start, I'll ask them, like, is there anything you want to stray away from 100%?
Valid.
And they'll tell me. A lot of the times it's religion and their mom and dad.
Okay.
Like, they don't want to talk about those three things.
I talk a lot about my mom on purpose, even though it's not great. It's all fucked up, but I'm open about that in my music and on all my content just because she's the reason I do what I do.
Totally.
I literally named myself Indie Dope because I'm a dope baby.
Shout out all the moms out there.
Shout out the moms. Shout out all the dope moms. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Shit happens.
Shout out to Karens.
And relationships too, I think, are hard to navigate, especially in the public eye. All right, is that something that you're open about on content too? Like, do you think your relationship is interesting to the listeners and fans, or do you just like?
Honestly, like, we don't really talk about it, but like, we do content together like every week.
Mm-hmm.
Do
they know you're together though? Like that.
We don't really like talk about it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not really.
Fuck them.
Yeah, like it's like not even in the conversation at all. We talk about music.
Mm.
Yeah.
They'll be finding out from this video.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll definitely put on the channel that we were on this channel. So we'll make a post and shit.
Cool, yeah.
We gotta take a photo.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's not really not that interesting. We don't do crazy stuff.
Mm.
Like I said, I'm very fucking video oriented, and what I really like about her is that she has taken to making her own channel, and I, it's like a mutual thing. So when I sit down to like edit for fucking 4 hours, I don't feel bad because she's doing the same thing, and it's cool because she learns things and then she teaches me things and I learn things and I teach her things, and yeah, it's a win-win.
That's so fire. Yeah, that's a good relationship. And we were just talking about like our creative relationship too. Just she knows that like I'm zoned out for a reason. So she'll just go work on her art and zone out her own way.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll sometimes want to come back and interrupt her, but she's like, leave me the fuck alone. I'm trying to get this shit done. Like I'm so grateful to my wife because I can tell her, I don't fucking care about whatever you're talking about right now. I'm sorry.
I haven't hit that one yet.
Oh, I do it
I'll have to try that
Not
one.
in a rude way. Like, she doesn't hate me for it.
Yeah.
But
I'll have to give that one a whirl for sure. Maybe tonight.
my heart races when every time I do it still. Like, I still get scared. Like,
Yeah.
but I have to. But she knows, like, it's like, I'm sorry. I'm just distracted. I don't fucking care about that right now. I'm sorry. I gotta go.
I feel you.
Mhm.
Yeah. See, I it's like with any relationship, like if someone told me that, I would be like really offended and I'd be hurt. So like if she told me that, I'd be like, damn, fuck this bitch.
Man.
So like for sure, I wouldn't.
She's whipped it out back on me, and I've realized, like, okay,
I don't like this.
it's surprising.
Yeah.
It's surprising, but I respected it when it happened. I was like, that means she's locked in. You know what I mean?
If it's a mutual thing, it's like, maybe it's not exactly those words. Like, I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. Maybe it's like, hey, I need some time to just really focus. And like, then I would understand it. It's like, you don't give a fuck what I'm talking about, girl? Fuck you.
No, I say right now. I use the words, I don't care about that right now.
Yeah.
Because it's like right now, I'm so locked in.
Yeah.
But she knows, like, I'll listen to anything. Like, we have the "Would you love me if I was a worm" conversations. We'll do all of that dumb shit.
Oh, that's crazy.
When
I'm
I
not having
can.
that.
I would rather not, you know what I mean? But I love her enough to do so, is what I'm saying. But in the moment when I'm locked in,
I'm not 17. I'd be like, grow up.
yes, yeah, I'm not staying up on the phone with you. I'm not
Yeah.
texting you. I'm locked in.
Yeah, I don't text anybody
I can't.
except on Instagram. I guess I would
Yeah.
text you on Instagram.
Yeah, to work, right?
Yeah.
I don't hang out. You know what I mean? Guys will be like, "Bro, you want to chill, bro? I haven't seen you in a minute." I'm like,
You don't be chilling. You don't hang out with your boys.
I don't chill, and I know I should. Like you were saying, like we should go out for beers or whatever, and I neglect that side of things. And sometimes, you know, with my rappers, we'll have a show. Okay, we got to go eat before the show. We'll use that time to bond, but we don't ever just make it. That's our point.
But going out for beers is like we could be around the cameras and have some beers and just like bullshit. Like this is my social excursion
Yeah,
for the week.
that's good.
You know, like hanging out with you.
So I'm trash at that, bro. I'm telling you, I got to get better.
It's-
This is you helping me call myself out to all my friends who still happen to watch my content.
exactly. Go grab a beer with.
Call a nigga. Let's go get some wings, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll call you next week. We'll go do something.
Let's go, bro. I'm down. Yeah,
Yes.
I eat a lot, so let's make it happen, Captain.
Alright.
I do enjoy eating. Eating's a cool pastime. Gotta be healthy generally, but I do fuck up some wings once in a while. Like all I eat lately is like chicken. Haven't really been eating a lot of beef or pork.
Oh, me too.
I do like burgers though. They're good, obviously. Pork is great too. I don't do it because I don't digest it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It comes out of you completely whole.
It don't come out if it ever comes out. Nigga, like it takes a long time.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Ouch.
I'm just like, bro. I just feel lighter and I feel like a younger man on chicken only.
That's fair. I mean, a lot of
Fish
people
too.
say that. A lot of people don't eat pork for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's what do they say that? It's like it's Satan's meat.
Yeah,
It's the devil's meat.
And when you see like
dildos.
all animals, like you don't really want to watch how they're made because it's terrifying and disgusting. But pork, bro, like calcium deposits in pigs, bro. Oh yeah, I don't have to tell you. You fucking killed a pig.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was good. I liked it.
I'm sure it was a very well taken care of pig.
Honestly, pigs eat anything, bro. Like when they say
Yeah.
they'll eat a human body, like I haven't seen I haven't seen them eat a human body.
Oh
Obviously,
yeah,
but, like,
he's snitching on
you'll throw
himself.
like bro anything in there. Like if your finger's in there, they'll fucking bite your finger off.
God damn.
Like they'll fuck up rotten everything.
They
Rotten.
just got strong jaws, huh?
Exactly. Like they'll slurp up fucking 5 gallons of rotten milk like nothing
God.
and just shit it out.
So then, like, it still does make them sick, but
I mean, what I can't tell the difference between pig shit and sick pig shit.
sick pig shit.
It's just they stink like shit.
God damn.
Like from very far away.
What a crazy specimen to be created by God. Shout out God.
We talk about pigs a lot, not the Texans. That's
Yeah, you know.
pigs.
And what I'll say is you have the most. That's why I didn't write any questions, because I knew that you could do this, like, in a weird way. Like, just content people, that's what we do. We go back and forth. But I feel in a weird way, Pigs and Michael Jackson have also brought us through so many other real topics,
Oh, yeah.
you know? And people forget that there's a dynamic to weaving and bobbing through these conversations.
Oh yeah.
I
I enjoy what you're doing here, bro. I can tell that you like spend time watching other interviewers.
Thank you.
You know, it's hard to interview people,
Mhm.
and you know, to not be the number one person in the room for 2 hours. You know, when you're trying to give someone the light, you know, it's an art. Like you said, you have to dance between everything.
Mhm.
And you know, like I'm not always a mic, You know, like so a lot of times I'm not because we don't do it in this style.
Mhm.
A few times like we'll do it, you know, where we're sitting next to each other.
Cool.
So it's like you don't have to be everything all at once,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a delicate dance.
Mm-hmm. And you want to keep it informational to anybody who's still watching, right? Like it's you. I don't do it necessarily for a certain amount of viewers, but I do it for all the people who do want to watch it, and that might be a ton of people.
Mhm.
So it's like in that degree, you got to keep like I interviewed my grandma a few days ago. You want to keep the person talking, and she's an older lady, so she's gonna talk, but it's gonna take a left turn and a right turn.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a while to get there. So after like 3 hours, you're like, damn, I had to talk to this lady forever, but I had to keep her, on topic.
Yeah, that's a hard thing. Being concise with your points is something I've had to learn for sure.
And I like clipping for that reason. We can trim things down so that people can see it differently, digest it shorter, right? But yeah, there's only so long that you'll hold the viewer's attention just by bullshitting with your guys.
Totally.
Unless you and your guys are just that interesting. Like I do. Like I don't really watch a lot of streamers, but I know that people do watch Kai. And I know that there's an art to how he dialogues and shit like that, but really he's just bullshitting with the guy.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single stream, bro. I was born in 1997.
Yes, sir.
You know, so maybe I'm aged out of it. I don't find joy in watching people do stuff, like on stream like that. I like a meaningful conversation or like shit like that. I don't want to see you, I don't know, riding a boat.
Facts, bro. Playing basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like nothing is happening. Now, my guilty pleasure, I do watch the 20v1s.
Oh shit, you're one of those guys.
Sometimes, depending on who it is. And you know what the best ones are? Is like
Crit Max that just came out.
Crip Mac, he's decent at it. Like he's hilarious to watch regardless. He's always entertaining. But the ones that watch 20v1 on are like Charleston White. Because he's terrible to watch content wise, but he knows how to just talk to a woman. Like he's not just invested in trying to get some pussy or a date. He's just like he's just chatting to a woman.
Yeah.
YSL Woody, Kodak Black, like all the people you would not expect to be intelligent people, they be macking on these bitches, and I'd be taking notes, bro.
I think that's a different skill.
It's
like being likable to the opposite sex doesn't always equate to being like the best person.
No, for sure.
You
not
know?
the best people at all. I do not commend 95% of things they do. But the fact that like when you have any girl you want, like not, me and you are spoken for, so I think that takes away a lot of this feeling, right? But like when you're young and you're single,
maybe, bro, I can still have any girl I want, bro. Shut up.
My nigga, get into it. You're getting in trouble on this interview. When you're in those positions, right, you start to like lose a little bit of like the allure, like. So you can just have a real conversation with a woman for a second. You're never going to see this girl again. So you're like, fuck it, what's your dad do for work? You know what I mean? Like, I would never be in a bar like, what's your dad do for work? But you would be surprised how the girls are just so quick to answer it. You know what I mean? And maybe that's really just the way. Just treat them like they're fucking humans. Just.
I only want to talk to the ones that have the answer, like, I don't know my dad.
Oh, yeah.
That's the answer I'm looking for.
Those are, please trauma dump. That's why we do. You're a soft white underbelly fan.
My father.
Man. I've been watching the guy who like hires people just for himself on his
yeah.
The violinist.
Yeah.
She just trauma dumps for an hour. Fire. She was so good.
W content.
Then people. That's what I'm saying. Like the moments that are just not scripted. You couldn't pay somebody to write that. Like I live for that. For real.
Thanks.
I do live for film though. I like scripted content because film is my life. One of my favorite overall concepts period is Batman. What is something that you were into growing up, maybe media-wise, that you were like, maybe took inspiration from, noticed scripts, angles, actors, etc.?
I mean, I think everyone was kind of influenced by Jackass.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I think Jackass for sure was. I don't know why. Like that's not like we do crazy shit, but you know, just the idea of constantly running a camera that you and your buddies could, it could be interesting enough for people to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely Jackass is something. I'm definitely gonna watch the new one.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I still watch. The new Fear Factor with Johnny Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
So he still has a somewhat of a media role that plays a part in my life.
I have a hot take from the Denver Spotlight Awards regarding Street Champs.
They just hit you?
Nope.
Oh.
I just remembered.
Oh, hit me.
Somebody said from far away, you look like if Lefty Gunplay never became a gang member.
I'll take it.
And now, like, I told them they were tripping, but now I'm sitting here looking at you for like an hour. I see it a little bit.
I've heard Neon.
Neon, you got Neon vibe too. Is Neon like Indian? What is Neon's
Yeah, I think he's
background? Indian. And are you Mexican?
Mexican.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, he had blonde hair back in the day.
I could see the Neon vibe. Yeah, because he's little. You know what I mean? He's a skinny guy. You're like the perfect mix between Lefty Gunplay and Neon.
I'll take him, man.
Face tats.
Straight edge, Lefty Gunplay? Fuck it.
He is, okay, did you enjoy Kendrick's album and everything he did with all the features? Was it your...
Yeah, it was a good album. You can't deny the album. Of course, was good.
Of course.
It's not in my daily rotation anymore.
Agreed.
It was kind of overplayed in my opinion.
Agreed.
But it's a good album.
I think it okay, another hot take. I think Kendrick Lamar gets overplayed by white people. And I don't, I love my white people and they generally do what they do, but I don't think anybody really overplayed Kendrick like that until he was calling Drake a pedophile and was doing it on DJ Mustard beats.
I mean, the time gap also, he didn't drop an album in 5 years or whatever I think it was. So that also played a part into it because they weren't bumping really Mr. Morale, but To Pimp a Butterfly is arguably American history right there because that was been a pivotal time with Black Lives Matter and the Obama administration.
Which is exactly why I don't listen to it, though.
Oh, why? Because it's political?
Because it's American history. I don't want to relive it. It's sad to me. And same thing with, like, Untitled and Mastered. Like, I loved Good Kid, Mad City. But To Pimp a Butterfly, Untitled, and Mr. Morale, they all make me feel like I'm listening to, like, the modern-day version of slave music or something.
Oh, wow.
And that's not a diss to Kendrick, because I think he's phenomenally talented, and I think you're right. These are modern pieces of art in history.
I didn't say Untitled. I didn't say Mr. Morale. I don't know. Fucking, you're
T-Pap
on those.
Just T-Pap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah, that's valid. And again, I'm saying all this just to give credit where it's due. Like, I don't want to take away from his art, but it just did. I didn't have a lit time to any of Kendrick's songs since Good Kid until Gen X. And I think without Drake, he wouldn't have had the moment he had.
I mean, he had Bad Blood with Taylor.
My grandma didn't even know that song at this Super Bowl. I was begging her to know.
Well, how old is your grandma?
She is 77 this year, but
does she know things in general?
In her defense, my grandma get down to Blueface in the club.
Oh wow!
Like my grandma busts down to Tatiana, but my grandma also has a grandson who's a rapper. Like
Grandma's gotta be watched. She'll put on her list.
Thank you. Okay, let's talk for a second. I need to get this out. My grandma.
Is there a grandpa in the picture?
No, nigga died. He's gay. He died of HIV.
Because he was gay secretly?
Well, not secretly. He just ended up contracting HIV, but he wasn't.
Did your grandma have HIV?
No, that was later. Okay, anyway.
That's what's up.
We're mixing stories here.
All right.
But here's the issue with my grandma. The trick herself come to the club for all my shows, which I'm so grateful for. Everybody want their grandma in their life, and she's turned up. But my grandma is in the mix, bro. She didn't get up. Like, I'm sitting here rapping. I'm turned up. I'm rapping. She did not get up until I started rapping a song about sucking dick on the highway. It's called MySpace. It's a pretty lit song. It is lit. It's great to dance to.
Grandma.
And she says she doesn't listen to the lyrics. She's just like, I just dance to it. It's a good song. No, fuck that, Grandma. Why you didn't get up until I was talking about sucking dick on the highway?
Grandma.
I love her to death. But she might be a bop. Yeah, exactly. She might be a bop, bro. I love her to death. Yeah, I'm going to drop this clip on her ass. I don't even care. I have some clips of her to drop, too, and I will. She was spitting her own fucking truth and game the whole time, too. It was more than I bargained for.
That's what's up. I love a good, senior player.
Are your grandparents still around?
Nope, they're dead.
For sure.
Yeah, I like to think my grandma would have been a freak.
Okay.
I like to think so.
Man.
I like to think of that daily.
She up in heaven like, this nigga talking crazy about me right now. He's like, well, hito.
Hito. No manches.
But you know, it's give and take. Like, people be like, "Oh, you glad your grandma's still around?" It's like, yeah, I am glad, but I gotta take what comes with that, and that's she's wild. You know what I mean? Like, she's never been a tame woman, and that's not gonna change just because she's almost 80 years old. She's turned.
I mean, once a freak, always a freak.
Man, freak, yeah. I'll tell you what. Who in your life is like somebody that had a lot of influence on how you are? Maybe not even like work wise, just you hear them when you hear your voice recording, or like you see them in your mirror or whatever. Like my brother and I, like our voices on the phone could be the same person.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You ever noticed that with any of your family?
Who do I see myself in, or who do I think I like?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my family has a lot of people who I don't want to be like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there's a lot of people who I like. I know what drinking every day is gonna get me because I have people in my life who have fucking drank every day, and now they're 60 years old and they don't have shit to show for it. Like I know what doing fucking fentanyl, doing smoking blues is gonna do to you because I have people in my life who fucking sit around smoking blues all day.
So that person probably looks just like Lefty Gunplay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's Lefty Gunplay. That's actually my cousin. So he's my cousin.
Bro, fentanyl scares my crackheads. Even my crackheads are like, shout out to my mom. She's not really a crackhead, but she is a drug addict, and she's even scared of fentanyl. So it's like, that's how you know it's bad.
Exactly. When they're terrified.
Mm-hmm.
But there's people that want it, and so I it sucks to say, but like everyone in my family, like they're not bad people, but they're just like they're pretty regular.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. That's
But
great. Rather have to be regular.
You're not somebody for you to look up to, like, necessarily. Somebody you can take your big ideas to, like that.
Yeah, like not really. Like my family is a lot of entrepreneurs, but it's always stayed within like a city limits or maybe two cities. But it's never been like global aspirations. Maybe I haven't even asked Doug deep enough. Maybe they do have them.
That's valid.
But yeah,
How do they support your YouTube aspirations?
Oh yeah, for sure. But like older people don't really get it.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, what do you do again? They ask me that like every time I see them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like, all the younger kids, I'm lit with all the young kids. I'm fucking. They think I'm Mr. Beast or something.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it's what I enjoy about it though is at least I can spend time with my family when I want to.
Of course.
Like, I don't have a job. I do have jobs, but I don't necessarily always have a job where I have to clock in.
Mm-hmm.
So if something comes up, I can go hang out with them, and that's something I'm very thankful for.
Yeah, a creative life. It's too hard to be clocked in all the time, bro. Like even if I work jobs, I work a very specific set schedule that works around everything else in my lifestyle. Like you said, the lifestyle, like being up late, being out, like you got to be willing to show up to places, and if not, you're not gonna be involved.
Exactly. Yeah, but it wanes though. I'm not Mr. Go out and get fucked up at the club, for no reason. Like, there has to be a greater good to this night, or else, editing videos and watching Fear Factor sounds pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Fear Factor, that's fire. I haven't watched that in a while. I might throw it on tonight.
It's good. It's new season.
We've been watching a lot of Next Level Chef.
Yeah, I love Next Level Chef.
Fire,
for
bro.
Sure. Cut out, what's his name, Machete.
Machete,
yeah.
Houston.
Yeah.
Boy making tacos. I think he might win, bro.
Yeah, he has a personality.
Yeah. Last season, that girl Gabby, her food was cool, but it was really her personality that did it too. I like that show. I don't watch cooking shows. My wife is the one that likes cooking shows, but that's the one that I'll be like, I'm gonna watch a little bit.
For sure.
Yeah, because I enjoy that one. We're gonna go to Vegas in April to go to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant.
Oh hell yeah! Have the house kitchen up there or the burger one?
We're gonna probably go to both.
Word. I think he has a pizza one up there too.
He's got quite a few. It's kind of hard to pick actually, but just to say we did it. She's a fan.
That's cool.
So I know. Is anybody you're just like not a fan of in the public scene, and Elon Musk just rubbed you the wrong way, or you seem to be pretty kind of an open-minded guy when it comes to the celebrity
Yeah,
You know,
people that I don't like, I not particularly. You know, I think everyone has something worthy to say, even like
some value.
the fucking idiots. You know, like people don't like Charleston White.
Yep.
Like I don't. I'm indifferent about it.
He's a loser, but he's entertaining.
Yeah, and people would say he's a loser. I wouldn't even call him a loser. You know, the people that are consuming his content, you know, they're the ones we gotta look at.
He's really a winning ass loser if he's a loser. He's getting to it the way he is.
I'm not saying loser at all. You're saying loser once again.
I know. This is me hypothesizing. But you know, people get it how they live, and you can judge them for the pieces of their life that you see on camera or that get talked about. But you know, everybody's human, and we're all just trying to survive, bro.
Yeah, I don't have any problems with anybody really. I'm trying to collaborate,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. I've who knows? You know, like I said, I'd be happy if I lost all this shit today,
Mm-hmm.
and I just had to go work at Burger King. That's fine with me.
For sure. But you've done a lot in your 28 years. I feel the same way. Like sometimes I'm like, I will just disappear, and it's fine. I've lived and I've loved and I've earned it in some regards. But I have so much more to do still. You know, so both are an option, and I think that's like the best way to live. You want everything, but it makes you like want for less. If that makes sense.
Totally.
Are you like stuck in the, not stuck, are you positioned in the way of like focusing on like the universe or like a religious path? Does God guide the things you do, or is it like more like fellow human, I accept you, you accept me?
Yeah, definitely God.
For sure.
I was raised religious.
Cool.
You know, even if I wasn't, you know, a religious person, you know, treating people right, it feels natural.
Yes, sir.
But you know, it's also, you know, the thought of burning in eternal hell sounds pretty shitty.
Just
So if I, you know, if I have to believe in being a good person and like help people and try to spread positivity and do all this, you know, for the thought of even like, maybe even making it to heaven, it's worth it.
mm-hmm.
To me, I don't know, why would I live my life like denying something that potentially, you know, is everything?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's beautiful. I can agree with that. Would you say that it's hard to navigate that in the public space? Like, do you ever even mention it, or is there so much acceptance of that idea that everybody? Because you know we all have our own versions of God, but you know, sometimes it feels like you could say, you know, shout out God, and people will still find a reason to be like, fuck that.
Yay,
You know what I
God.
mean? Yeah, like that. Yay, God, literally. Like you can say the sun is bright and beautiful, and they'll say, no, it's not. I live in fucking Thailand, and we just had a hurricane. It's like, why is the internet so against people just thriving and surviving? Like, I guess my question is, does it ever feel like there's less and less of a place for God or godly people in today's media climate?
I think not really. I think most people are on the same boat or just respect it. You know, it's not. It's am I the best Christian? Am I like no, because I drink and you know I do other things that Christians, you know, probably wouldn't approve of. So I can't be like someone who's out there converting people necessarily. I can, you know, I can spread my message and what it's done for me.
Right.
But I'm not gonna be once again the savior of the damned, even though I'm gonna try. But
that's the perfect example about the government shit. It's almost like, or you know, whatever. Like you can't save people from something that they believe, or however they believe it, and in some degree, it's like that just makes you want to go work on yourself more. You know what I mean? Like that's fine. I can't save everybody. Me and mine, give them what I can. Even with me, like I got a kid. Like I can't change the way she thinks about the universe or her life or religion or God or any of those things, but I can only educate her and allow, like you said, spread my message and allow her to interpret it in her own way. She's generally a good person anyway, you know, most 11-year-olds are, but she inspires me every day to just like keep it all at a basic level. Like let's just chill out, enjoy what you got, She doesn't ask for much. She doesn't want for much. I try to ask her like, you know, what's she already has like her iPad, her phone, her laptop, her studio set up. Like she's all these things. I'm like, what do you want? She's like, I think I want a job. Oh, like
yeah.
it's the last thing I expected her to say, but it's like it's those type of things that it's like her character is gonna be what it is regardless.
Oh, yeah.
Not because I force it or
Can't really teach hustle, man. It's just in you, really.
and you can teach being a decent person because you can keep people like if you don't teach them, the chances are they're gonna end up being a bad person. But it's like to some degree you can teach and teach and teach, and some kids still end up being terrible humans.
It's not even about teaching. It's about actually being that person. Because if your mom's or dad's a piece of shit, you know, they can tell you all day, don't be a piece of shit. But it's like, I'm seeing you, like, do all these things, so I'm going to repeat your habits because hopefully you live with your mom and dad. Like, hopefully they're doing good.
Right.
But in a lot of homes, there is some fuck shit happening. So it's just a perpetuating cycle, with a lot of things.
So, yeah. And, like you said, there's people in your life that taught you about breaking those cycles, and we're better at that now than they were 30 years ago.
Oh yeah, and I mean at some point it's also your choice. You can't like there's decisions that will be made. Even with daily decisions, how you want to live your life. So you can't blame people forever.
Yes, sir. And that's part of growing up, being an adult. And then you take that into your own relationship with your kids, like. You end up forgiving yourself a little more as a parent because you forgive your parents.
Totally.
And like I said with your parents, as a kid, if my kid was hustling for something as hard as you are, everything is forgiven. Please go out and do that. Do not worry about coming to see me every other week.
No, they don't feel that way at all. They're like, why don't you come? Yeah, no, they don't get it. But it's okay. Like one day, hopefully, I'll be able to do something for them so they'll understand.
For sure. I'll miss my kid though. I'm still gonna hound her. What the fuck you at? But to some degree, I'm gonna respect it. And one day, like you said, they'll understand. Because it's gonna formulate in a way that translates to their understanding of the world.
Yeah.
Like I can't understand how my kid sees it, but we can't understand how they see it. But something will make sense to them one day.
Yeah, for sure. I gotta have like a retirement fund, and I have to have really good insurance, and like a house and a car. Then my parents would be like, "Oh, okay, you're doing something."
Of course.
That's
interesting. No, I just set up a camera, and my grandma was like, "Hell yeah, gang!
Let's
do an interview." I'm like, "Thanks, grandma." She's like, "You rapping? Or you producing? You engineering? What you up to?" I'm like, "All of it, bro. Like, whatever." Like she doesn't ask me for much, but it's the same thing you said. It's because of the same thing you said. So many people around me and next to me are crashed out, bro. Like, truthfully, like, just.
It's like, oh, you're not doing drugs? Yeah. You're like the good one.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. But it's fine, Like, I love all of my family, even if they're, like, not necessarily in the best place, Some people just, they make mistakes, and once you make one mistake, sadly, it's an addicting mistake or something, but. It's cool.
The drug addicts I can deal with. I don't really feel like I'm much better off than them, but it's like the rapists and the murderers in the family that I'm like,
for sure, yeah.
Bro, y'all are fucking up, bro.
I got 0 bodies.
I got 0 bodies on both ends.
Bodies.
Yeah, that's the truth. And I shouldn't have to make that my comparison. Like, I don't want to compete with you guys in that regard.
I mean, you can't compare where you don't compete, bro. You're competing in your own mind.
Man, and that's true, but it's like...
You gotta get your bodies up, kids.
I hate to be too candid, but it's like sibling rivalry. You know what I mean? Like, I want to compete with you, but now I can't because you're just in a whole nother playing field of life. You're a loser, you know what I mean? And you're like, when you're a kid, you try to impress each other, your siblings, but as an adult, it's like, oh, I win, and I did not want to win that way. If that makes sense. Yeah, my brother's pretty dope. My brother, he's a nurse, so that's what's up.
He's like doing his thing.
Hell yeah. My brother's trying to get back on track, and same thing, mistakes happen or whatever, but can't really come back from shit.
You cannot.
And as a man of my stature, I can't go around letting it be in my midst, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So, and the world will hear this if they hear it, but it's like they'll hear and they'll know my truth is like I had to cut my own brother off and as you should always cut your homies off. You should always cut your because if Trump pisses you off as bad as you say he does, then you should be worried about the shit going on in your own neighborhood. You should be worried about the people down the street. You know what I mean? So that's what I chose to do. And it has only served me for the better, but it's like you said, in your own head, I'm still competing.
For sure. Yeah, it never ends.
Yeah.
Is my car gonna get towed?
So I don't know, but it sounds like something going crazy out there, huh?
We could. How long we go? We could cut it. And
it is
you gotta come to
close to
Street
8.
Champs.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta come to Street Champs.
I'm down, bro. I'm so down. I was definitely gonna come a couple weeks ago. Shit happens, but
I was sick as fuck.
oh yeah, that's what happened. Okay, it wasn't me. That's even better.
Yeah.
Makes me feel better.
Lost my voice completely.
I remember that. You showed up at the Warsaw all fucked up.
Yeah.
You was out there turned up or what?
No. I just got sick.
Oh, okay.
As fuck. Like, I never get sick, and I just got really sick.
Damn. Caught up
It
with
hurt
your
to breathe.
ass. Sounded like it, honestly.
Yeah, it was
did.
fun.
Yeah. And then you got to go up on stage and yell and celebrate, and niggas probably wanted to turn up after.
I got ramen noodles in my home.
My nigga, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm that type too.
I wish I could have went out, but like I just didn't feel it.
Yeah.
I was sick.
Yeah. Well, hell yeah, man. Deryk, thank you so much. I've learned so much in this past couple hours. I have a lot of clips to make, and I'm very excited to do so. Thank you for allowing me some insight into your life, but B, just more visibility, learning more about you guys as a duo and as individuals and all the shit you're up to. Is there anything you need to tell people that you haven't already told them or won't tell them on your own platforms? Tell them where to find you.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Go check out Street Champs on YouTube, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you consume podcasts. And you're definitely going to be seeing Gage on there soon. And yeah, hopefully thanks for watching, and maybe I'll come back and in a couple months when the channel's grown a little bit more, and we could do a little bit more conversation.
As long as his car doesn't get towed.
Exactly. If it got towed, I'd be fucking.
This is all
sad.
over.
I'd be very sad.
You're staying the night. So.
Yeah, hell no.
All right, y'all. We out.
All right.